Bulldog Band is directed by Rob Meckley and is assisted by Brett Butler. The band front is instructed by Emma Rikas. Percussion instruction and arrangements are by Rob Meckley and Ben DiPasquale. Drill design is by Brett Butler. Additional marching and music instruction are provided by Seth Richter, Sarah Forey, and Marion Knoll. The band is proud to be ambassadors for the West York Area School District and its community. We would like to thank the West York Area School District Board of Directors, administration, faculty, and the West York Instrumental Booster Club and the West York community for their continued support of the band program.
Good evening, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight from the West York High School, it's Todd Edwards, along with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones. We're here on a rather chilly night, Dew. How about it? But it's football weather, and we're ready for a little battle in YIAA action, featuring two Division II teams tonight as the Susquehannock Warriors invade West York. Both teams looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, it should be a good contest for West York and Susquehannock. As you said, Susquehannock has 2 losses already on this season, but they're looking like they want to bounce back, and they're going to do it right here in West York's backyard, but West York's not going to have that happen.
No doubt about it. And West York, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is the first game for the West York Bulldogs tonight, so they're looking to get out of the gate here with a win. Last season, finished 1-9 under first-year coach Ivan Quinones, or as they call him here, Coach Q at West York.
And as the fans can see, there's not many people here tonight because of COVID-19. I believe they only let in the senior parents, maybe, or less than.
Yeah, less than what we obviously. Well, Central did not allow any fans in our opening week when we were there, just the band members. But the athletic director said there was a limited crew of fans that were able to come into tonight's telecast, which I guess for us, we hope they're sitting in the comfort of their own home, tuned into Sports Shooting Stars, maybe with a bottle of water and getting ready with some popcorn and enjoying a good matchup here tonight, right here, as we bring the game to you this Friday night.
Yeah, it should be a great game. And I remember talking to the athletic director, Brent Duffy, and he was telling me that things may take a little bit longer today because they have to get the band members, their parents, out of the stadium and then play the game. So as the fans can see, they're walking out.
To file out, and again, with these restrictions placed by our governor here in Pennsylvania, it's a limited amount of fans that are allowed to come out here to the stadium in the case of West York tonight. All the more reason to like and follow Sports Shooting Stars on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, and of course tonight's the night. Susquehannock traveling up here under head coach Steve Wiles, no stranger to the coaching game, been around for over 20 years coaching, and tonight we're going to see Susky on display here at West York.
And this is actually our first time doing a West York football game. I know about 2 years ago we did a basketball game.
We
had a lot
inside.
of fun. And that gym that West York had is state-of-the-art. I mean, it's one of those big gyms. They actually had the All-Star game there as well.
Yes.
In 2018, I believe.
Years ago, we had the pleasure to see the girls and boys All-Star game. That was with Antonio Rizzuto, remember, in Northeastern. Fred Malba were seniors, and it was a fun time. But the first time for a football telecast here, and this has kind of a little old-school feel to it, only because it's a natural grass surface. I believe one of the few stadiums still in the YIAA that have natural grass.
Yeah, we walked on it earlier. It was very thick. It was almost like a carpet. So it's that real style, as you said, old-fashioned football they can get out here with West York. And just to talk a little bit about West York's team, very young team. They only have 6 seniors on the roster tonight, so they want to go out there and sow their oats and go out there and show people that they're a competitor in the Division II market.
And some names to keep an eye on here for the West York Bulldogs: Joey DeJesus, Jaden Nelson, Victor Gonzalez at the running back position. Their quarterback Brady Holloran. Do you know something about Brady Holloran, the quarterback?
I've been hearing a lot about Brady Holloran. I know his father, Teddy Holloran, also works along with West York and does some video for him, and they're my Facebook friends online, and really excited to see them. And West York has been very gracious. I mean, everybody's thanking us for us being here. I mean, they're excited about it. They want to give some excitement back in the West York area, and this is the perfect way to do it on a Friday night.
On a Friday night, and West York's no stranger. I mean, to fans that are tuned in here. I mean, just a few years ago, remember Coach Ron Miller brought a district title, and then I'll throw out a little name prior to Coach Ron Miller, and you may remember this name, Coach Terry Bupp, a Hall of Fame coach here with West York, who I believe started in the early 80s and retired in maybe 2005, but he had a stellar career here at West York, had a lot of success, and if I memory serves me correct, I believe 2 district titles for West York, 88 and 91. And I'm sure our viewers are going to test
right.
my sports knowledge, but chime in tonight. We hope to give scores throughout the telecast tonight from some of the other games taking place tonight. Of course, the York High Bearcats, they play host to Dallastown in the Battle of the Cats from historic Smalls Athletic Field in downtown York.
And that should be a really good game for York High versus Dallastown, because you don't know really who's going to jump out, because they always give each other a good matchup. So I think York High may be favored, but you can never sleep on Dallastown and what they bring to the table.
And York High, I mean, right now when you think of Division I teams in YIAA, really, it's York High and this juggernaut from Central York, and I know you know them well, the Central York Panthers travel to Hanover tonight to take on the Southwestern Mustangs.
And Southwestern Mustangs, I mean, they may not be always in the top division, but they got big guys, and to me, they seem like they always have a good front line. So, this year they have a running back. I forgot his name, but he's supposed to be pretty good. So, you never know what Southwestern can bring to the table. But as we said, Central is a juggernaut. They're loaded on both sides of the ball. It's going to be very tough to beat that team. The only team I think right now, at this point, we're only three games into the season, the only team that can really beat Central is Central. So if they go out there and don't play their game, then you can also see an upset. But, right now, they're focused.
And 106, I want to tell our viewers, 106 points between 2 games, this Central York Panther Ball Club. They've given up 0. That's right, 0 points.
It's a shutout.
And it's been a shutout season. We'll see if that carries on in Hanover tonight. Well, again, we hope to have scores. But tonight, our big telecast, we're here from West York. And, of course, the fans cannot come out to tune in tonight, but we're going to bring the game to you this Friday night on an absolutely magnificent night, a clear night. The rain kind of moved in or moved out.
It's a beautiful night.
Oh,
it's a beautiful night
for football. And the clock reads about just under 16 minutes, I presume, till kickoff here. Is that about accurate, too?
And it looks like the kickoff will be a little bit late, and that's what they expected because of the crowd that came in for the marching band to be here. So the kickoff is going to be about 7:10, but, everything should go according to schedule. We'll view both teams and, have a great night. And we can't be, I'll be remiss if we didn't talk about Susquehannock and some of their greats and how their ball club has came a long way in the last 20 or 30 years.
Well, when we think about some of the greats that have come through Susquehannock, I mean, the first one that comes to my mind, Ron Wolf, a Hall of Fame GM
Packers.
with the Packers, and the Oakland Raiders and of course, he got his start in Susky in Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. And then you fast forward a little bit, you remember Randy Edsall. Randy Edsall, he was UConn coach, University of Maryland coach. Came through Susquehannock. And I think in the early 2000s, Chaz Powell, he was a real burner, speedster for Susquehannock, who ended up playing for Penn State University.
And Susquehannock, even on the basketball side, I believe Josh Sear, went down the IMG from down in Miami. Walker.
Jerace Walker.
Jerace
Walker started with Susky and then went to IMG Academy. And if you haven't had the chance, for fans that are tuned in and maybe have a few minutes before our telecast to check out Jerace Walker, I believe he's going to be a junior. The guy looks like a 25-year-old.
He has the body of like LeBron. And he's matured down there. He made a huge move by leaving Southern Pennsylvania to go down to Florida to play basketball at IMG, and I think that's one of the best moves that he probably could have did. He's setting himself up for a real bright future.
Well, and while we have a little sports talk going on here, too, your thoughts on if you're that stellar athlete, do you stay, at a public school system, or do you take your services, if you will, to an academy, which we've seen some of the players, Tommy Houck, I believe, from our area, and some of the other players are deciding, we're not going to play. How about the Copeland from Gettysburg, I believe. He's going to an academy as well for his senior year. It's interesting, but we think back just recently, Eli Brooks, he stayed with Spring Grove. He did go to academy and had scored over 2,000 points here in YIAA.
And that's been trending a lot lately. A lot of players, once they get that attention and they have a high potential, that they go to a Catholic school or they go to a prep school. So, as you said, like Eli Brooks is one of the last guys that kind of stayed with his school for the whole 4 years. And, these guys are jumping around and making their best move. Even Chance Westry out of Harrisburg, where he's now playing with Sierra Canyon. And that's the home of LeBron James' son.
He plays, yes. And we had the great fortune earlier this year to see Chance Westry with Trinity play Steel High, which I'm sure you're familiar with Steel High, another powerhouse earlier this year. But I think you see it more in basketball than maybe football do. Just my observations. It seems like a lot of the students and players.
And you can't knock the kids. You can't knock the kids for taking that move, because now a lot of the pro players in the NBA are 19 years old. So you can have an opportunity to play on a large stage if you're put in the right position. And these kids that are transferring, going to different schools, actually could make it to the next level.
Could make it to the next, and of course, if you're a guaranteed first-round pick, that's millions of dollars, particularly in the NBA. So here we are. It looks as if
and welcome into the stadium.
And here comes your West York Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs look like, and the Bulldogs are about set to make their way on the field. Susquehannock Warriors here are pretty lively. We heard them behind our stand here. They were getting themselves pumped up, ready for tonight's contest. We mentioned they're led by Coach Steve Wiles. Some players to keep an eye on for Susquehannock. Luke Immel, a tight end and defensive end. He's a senior. Also the quarterback, Mike Staub. They run a spread-style offense, and they play a 4-4 defense. And I was told they graduated a large number of seniors last year, so a lot of juniors and sophomores on this Susquehannock ball club as they get warmed up. And here comes the West York Bulldogs running onto the field as the band plays in the background.
And as we said, this is not perfect conditions as far as filming and having all the fans here, but I can't say enough how thankful we are to have an opportunity to be here tonight and this, still have a schedule and still film these games.
Well, and on that note, we would like to thank our sponsors.
Tonight's varsity football game between the visiting Warriors of Susquehannock High School and your West York Bulldogs.
And we would like to thank our sponsors real quick here. Basil Insurance Company, Greg Basil, 2010 West Market Street here in York. You can contact them at 717-792-6200. For auto, home, business, and life, check out Basil Auto Insurance. Also, Anytime Fitness of Redline with John Turpak,
Yep, long-time sponsors for the second year in a row.
Looking to get fit, maybe looking to lose that beer gut? Check out Anytime Fitness and Redline with John Turpak. He'll appreciate it.
And also give a shout-out to his wife, Jennifer Turpak, and she runs that program over at Redline, Anytime Fitness, and they're always there, and they're always engaged and active, and I see many posts from them as far as what they're doing over there.
Well, and talk about a fitness family, and both of them, and John's involved with S3 Performance at Heritage Hills.
Absolutely, and his grandfather was...
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was a Mr. America from back in the day.
I believe
tested
it was.
His sports knowledge on one of our...
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and face the flag while we're moving all ahead here.
We're going to have the playing of our national anthem here.
Display dignity and respect for the flag, the symbol of the freedom that was won by the millions of men, women, and men who have defended and continue to defend our nation.
there you have it, sports fans. The West York Bulldogs marching band with their rendition of our
game is being filmed
national anthem.
By Sports Shooting Stars and sponsored locally by Basel Insurance, Anytime Fitness at Red Lion, and Prestige Motor Cars of York. Tonight's game will be featured on Comcast Cable Channel 18 of York, the White Rose Community TV YouTube page, Sports Shooting Stars Facebook page, and the Dew Jones Facebook page. Game sponsorships are available, and don't forget to follow Sports Shooting Stars on social media.
Well, there you go. The West York Bulldog announced team gave us a little bit of a shout-out here. The Susquehannock Warriors looking to bring some energy. No crowd, sometimes in the sport of football with a lot of passion, just how much does the team have to bring that on themselves?
Yeah, that's something they got to practice this year more than ever, because normally when you're watching the game, you usually have fans in the crowd that can kind of get you hyped up and, along with your coach and your teammates. But this year there has been an emphasis on staying engaged and staying active and hyping yourself up and being a team, really the unity all as one.
And we see this on display, of course, Susquehannock right in front of us. We're on the visitor side. We have the whole bleacher section to ourselves tonight. There are a few coaches here from Susquehannock.
Visiting Warriors and their coaching staff.
Looks like team captains are meeting at midfield for the coin toss here tonight.
Tonight's starting lineup for your West York Bulldogs. On defense, number 5, Sherrod Anderson. Number 55, Hunter Markley. Number 42, Austin Hoffman. Number 58, Brendan Landis. Number 27, Daniel Rice.
Starting lineups are being announced here at West York.
James Nunley III. Number 66, Logan Ensminger. Number 2, Chaz Etheridge. Number 6, Jamari Generett. Number 4, Joey DeJesus. And number 8, Victor Gonzalez.
Fans have to bear with us just a tad bit. I'm pouring some double duties tonight as far as commentating and also running the camera into our lovely Belinda Morales, our videographer, comes in and helps me out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a small but feisty crew. How about it do it here on this Friday night for Game 2. And this month's going to be a busy month for us as we have a game every Friday in the month of October,
Every Friday in the month of October. The next game we have is York Suburban versus New Oxford, and that's that Adams County versus York County connection that's going on. So that should be a very interesting game. I know last week York Suburban had an uncharacteristic loss against Kennerdale, but you can't sleep on Kennerdale either, because obviously they have a team down there because they put up some points and their defense looks pretty stout. But both teams play again tonight, so they can bounce back from that win, or Kennerdale can extend that streak they got going on to 2.
And we do hope to give throughout this game scores from other games taking place here this Friday in YIAA action.
I want to give a quick shout out, Todd, to one of my old foremen from Kinsey Construction, Jack Weinmiller. He's tuning in tonight and checking out the sounds, and I really appreciate Jack. Jack was somewhat of a father figure to me when I worked at Kinsey for 8 years, and he was always there for me. So, Jack has a soft spot for me. I have a soft spot for Jack, so I appreciate him tuning in tonight. Want to say hi to Jack and his wife, Linda, Jess, and, the rest of the family. Thanks for tuning in.
And here we are, Susquehanna. West York won the coin toss. They've elected to receive the ball. Susky getting ready to kick the ball off here, and we are underway here at West York High School. It's number 6, Jamari Generett, carries the ball upfield out to about the 30-yard line for West York. Good starting position for this West York Bull Club offense.
Yeah, it's not a bad return as West York sets up their offense and Susquehanna sets up their defense. It's real interesting to see how they run the ball and what they got in their package.
And for viewers that are watching at home, Susquehannock in the white jersey tops and red pants, the Bulldogs in blue with white pants. First possession here for the West York Bulldogs.
Quarterback Brady Holloran in shotgun.
Offense spread out here for West York. Looking to throw the ball downfield. And picked off by Susquehannock. Saying it hit the side judge is saying it hit the ground there, It's incomplete pass.
That was a nice pass from Brady, but didn't look like there was any West York players in that vicinity.
A player
for him
in a
to throw
white
that
jersey,
pass.
yes, right. And it hit the ground. But here we are, second down. Chance of redemption here for quarterback Brady Holloran. A senior for West York, a high snap. Ball given to the running back, Victor Gonzalez, with a minimal carry. It'll bring up a third down for West York. It'll be 3rd down and 7 here with just under 11 and a half minutes to go here in the first quarter at West York High School. It's Sports Shooting Stars. It's Todd Edward. It's Stu Jones. Thank you for tuning in tonight. A lot of quarterbacks seem to like to work out of that shotgun formation. More visibility, better vision on the field. Brady looking to pass the ball downfield. All the receivers are covered. He's going to scramble, potentially run for the first down.
Holland with the keeper out to the 41-yard line. Result plays a first down.
That's a first down for the Bulldogs by the scramble by quarterback Brady Holloran. He's a senior for West York. Listed at 6'2". And a sweep there by number 5, Sherrod Anderson down the left sideline, and another first down for West York.
Sherrod Anderson on the carry.
That's a good
Anderson,
pickup.
A freshman for this West York ball club.
And as we said earlier, West York does have a young football team, so you're going to see some freshmen, sophomores, juniors out there with only having 6 seniors.
And we mentioned earlier, Susquehannock graduated a lot of seniors last year. They're a young team, too. Looking for their first win of the season. They come into this game 0-2.
First down, Bulldogs.
Bulldogs opening possession here at West York High School. Limited amount of fans here tonight, too.
And I believe, Todd, that was a personal foul, and it had 15 yards tacked on to that run. So that's about a 30-yard pickup for West York.
And the ball sets up on the Susquehannock's 30-yard line here. Early in the first quarter. Ron Anderson in motion. Brady Holloran looking to throw the ball downfield. Completed the pass to number 27, Daniel Rice.
Holloran's pass is complete to number
And that was sniffed out pretty good.
They'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. Nice defensive play by the Susquehannock Warriors. West York, we mentioned in our pregame telecast, a lot of history here at West York with some success with District 3 titles under Ron Miller in 2008, and prior to that under Coach Terry Buck, longtime coach here at West York. Coach Q here for West York, trying to bring back some of the glory days for the Bulldogs. Passing situation. Completed number 4, Joseph DeJesus.
Holland's pass is complete to number 4, Joey DeJesus.
DeJesus is senior.
And we see that Brady Holloran has stayed in that shotgun position throughout this whole drive.
He seems most comfortable in that position. He gives him plenty of room to work back there. And right now, West York's looking solid here on their opening drive, too. And a toss to number 8, and in for the score, Victor Gonzalez. A 24-yard touchdown for Victor Gonzalez, and just like that, too.
And he had some legs on it. He made that look real easy.
At first, it looked like he was going to be caught and brought down, and next thing you know, he's running right through this Susquehannock defense. And an early score for the Bulldogs. As they set up for the point-after attempt.
Victor Gonzalez to kick the extra point.
The quarterback, Brady Holloran, is the holder. The kick is up and good.
That's good.
And did you notice Victor Gonzalez is the kicker as well for this West York ball club? He ran it in and he kicked the extra point.
He has a couple duties he has to do for this team, and that's what you call a leader. that doesn't mind doing different things that help his team win a game.
A leader, you mentioned, multitasking, a good skill to have in later life, too. And with 9:03 to go here in the first quarter, it's West York 7, Susquehannock 0. They'll be receiving the ball here for their first possession here on Sports Shooting Stars.
And we can't express tonight how beautiful the night is. I mean, with the sunset and how this night's looking, and also the lights here at West York is pretty nice as well.
Nice, and not much wind. We've been out in some of these games. How about it, do? I mean, over our broadcast seasons here, where it's been downright chilly. A nice night for football. Of course, I brought pulled on the long sleeve tonight just in case, because I figured once the sun set, going to get a little chilly. I had heard earlier in the day the weather could dip down tonight to the mid-40s.
And as we said before, it's that October weather, so, expect chilly nights.
Summer-like conditions maybe during these midday hours, but then by the night it's fall-winter weather. So here we are. Victor Gonzalez getting ready to kick the ball off to the Susquehannock Warriors. Ball caught by Andrew Fuller, and Fuller's off and running. Midfield, 40, 30, he can go the whole way, 20.
He's
50,
gone.
10, he's gone.
He's
just
gone.
like that, Andrew Fuller goes coast to coast, touchdown Warriors.
Wow.
And just like that, it's tied up, dude.
Didn't take long at all for Susquehanna to bounce back. And that's a big-time play.
Wow. What a way to start this game, dude, with 8:50 to go.
We see some lightning from both sides. You see Victor, and then you see Susquehanna come right back with their special teams return.
Tyler Evans to hold.
Point after, and some movement maybe along the lines there, dude. A flag down.
We also want to tell the fans, normally you have that skybox view. Right now we're sitting on the visitor side because, with this COVID-19 and the restrictions that we have, we just have to work with what's going on. But, we're still going to provide good commentary and a good visual game. But normally you have the skybox view. So, you'll see different views, different games that we go to.
And from week to week, we could be at different sides of the field. And, of course, at Central, we were on the visitor side tonight here at West York. Same situation, same setup, but we hope you're enjoying your Friday night, watching maybe in the comfort of your own home, maybe out the television on the deck, tuned in to Dew Jones and yours truly, Todd Edwards, here for Friday Night Football, YIAA action. And if these first two sequence of plays are any indication, we may be in for a shootout here, Dew.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good game. I mean, with only 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's already 7-7.
And interestingly enough now,
it looks like they're going to go
for a
for
two-point conversion here. And a keeper, and in for the 2 points.
The 2-point conversion is good.
Good.
Michael Staub with a 2-point conversion, and just like that, Susquehannock with a 1-point lead tonight, 8-7 with 8:50 to go.
And that puts Susquehanna up by 1 point. And that's a risky move to do in somebody's backyard. So that lets you know that Susquehanna's coming out very aggressive tonight, and they're looking for a win after having those first two losses.
Exactly. They're looking for their first win tonight, playing aggressive and keeping their foot on the throttle tonight, and they're up by a point. And again, maybe an offensive shootout here tonight at West York. Interesting to see some of the fans lined up outside the gates here tonight at West York. Not many, but there are a few here. And practicing social distancing during this COVID-19.
And that just shows you the loyalty that they have for their team. It's just nice that, they're even allowed to come out to the gates, because some schools won't let you even go that far. They have police escort. They have police that will escort you out of the building or out of the area if you go any further.
Air watch, outside the gates here. But at West York, they love their sports here at West York, too. And Susquehannock getting ready to kick the ball off. And the ball's dropped by Jamari Jenneret. Picks the ball up, looking to run to the left side and down the sideline. Jamari Jenneret goes. Wow, a hard hit.
Number 6, Jamari Jenneret on the return.
And that fired up his guys over on the West York side with that hard hit.
First down, Bulldogs.
And we mentioned early in the telecast, too, both teams need to bring their own energy to the game for no fans in the stands or no student section.
We do have a live YouTube chat going on right now. I wonder if any of the fans can tell us the record between Susquehannock and West York and where they're at as far as playing against each other.
Well, I believe last year West York's lone win came against this Susquehannock ball club.
Timeout, Warriors.
The timeout by the Susquehannock Warriors and Coach Steve Wiles going to collect his team here off to the sideline with 8:38 to go here in the first quarter. It's Susquehannock 8, West York 7. And again, we'd like to emphasize our sponsors. They make it happen for us, to come out here and enjoy what we do each and every Friday. Basil Insurance. Hey, if you're looking for auto, home, business, or life insurance, check out Greg Basil with Basil Insurance. You can contact him at 717-792-6200. Also, Anytime Fitness of Redline with Jennifer Turpak, the Turpak family. They're located at 3117 Cape Horn Road in Redline, Pennsylvania. Check them out. You can contact them on social media or their phone number, 717-246-2420. And also, we want to make mention of Prestige Motor Cars, the best selection of cars under $10,000, luxury for less. Check out Jesse Ferber at 717-843-4747. We're back with action here. West York, their second possession of the game.
Oh. Sorry.
In motion. Halloran looking to throw the ball deep downfield and connects with number 5, Sharon Anderson. He's off to the races. Touchdown. Sharon, what a way. I can't believe 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns.
I know the fans are going to be a little mad at me. I was actually looking at the scoreboard when they set up, and I was getting something else done, but we did catch a little bit of that. That was a great pass.
Well, at least I provided hopefully some audio to a rather exciting play here for West York. And just like that, West York's up 13 with the point pending here. And
it looks like tonight's going to be a shootout.
And it looks as if the Bulldogs they're going to attempt to go for a 2-point conversion here, Dew.
And both teams are being very aggressive with each other.
Yep, the placeholder. They are going to kick the extra point here. Point is up and good.
It's good.
And with 8:29 to go, West York 14, Susquehannock 8. What an exciting game so far. I mean, we're not quite 4 minutes into this, and if you like scoring, you like touchdowns, well, this is the game to watch tonight here.
Yeah, there's a lot of fireworks going on in the first half. Actually, the first quarter of this game. There's still 8 minutes to go and 29 seconds. And it's already 14-8.
Both teams are supplying a lot of fireworks, as you mentioned, due tonight here at West York. Susquehannock getting ready to receive the ball.
And as you said, I'm doing a little double duty here with the camera and also commentating and providing the score. So I want to make sure. I know I left out a little bit of that last throw, but, it was still a great throw. You can't get away from that. But
no doubt about it.
Great
back
job.
For Susquehannock, Andrew Fuller, which we saw him run one back, along with Ricky Ferguson, ready to receive the kick here by West York. And it'll be Ricky Ferguson looking to run the ball up the middle. Has some running room. Flags down, but Ricky Ferguson, midfield, 40, 30. He's off, dude, 20, 10. Touchdown, Ricky Ferguson. Now, we do want to let the fans know there's a flag down on that play now.
Receiving team.
Holding against the Susquehannock Warriors, and unfortunately for Susquehannock, that play's going to come back.
Some big-time kick returners that Susquehannock has out there.
And if you're West York, we've saw Andrew Fuller and now Ricky Ferguson. Who do you kick the ball to next?
They're scary. Their special teams is scary. That might be their best offense so far as kicking the ball to them. But, good thing West York doesn't have to kick them again and give them another opportunity.
No doubt this will set up Susquehannock. The ball on their – see here, it's going to move the ball back here maybe to about the 15-yard line here. First and 10 at their own 15-yard line for Susquehannock.
Ball spotted at their own 14-yard line, 15-yard line.
Interesting to see how Susquehannock runs their offense.
First time we're going to see their offense here in tonight's contest. And a running play.
Strike on the carry.
Nothing going on that first drive. First play of the drive.
Short gain on the play. Second down coming up for the Warriors.
And we're just under 8 minutes here in the first quarter. Again, West York 14, Susquehannock 8. Second possession here for Susquehannock in the white jersey tops. And looking to throw the ball downfield over his intended receiver, number 3, Damian Carter.
Damian Carter is incomplete. Third down coming up for the Warriors.
Mike Staub, the quarterback for Susquehannock, due. A player to keep an eye on for this Warrior ball club. Big third down here for Susquehannock. 3rd and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Staub drops back. Delivers the ball. And some running room down the left sideline. And a first down and more.
Pass is complete to number 20, Ben Osterreich.
Ben Osterreich, number 20 for Susquehannock, with a big catch and run for the Warriors. Gives them a first down.
And that's exactly what they needed on the third down.
44-yard line.
Looks like the West York coach is yelling some things to his players, telling them to watch that screen, and they actually practiced that screen in practice, and they didn't see that coming.
And for our viewers at home, we can hear him the whole way across the stadium here. Rather vocal here for West York. Coach Q. And a running play by the Susquehannock Warriors.
Ben Osterreich on the carry.
Ben Osterreich with another carry.
Looks like so far Susquehannock, they run the ball when they need to. They run the ball because that's what they like to do, but they throw the ball when they need to.
Working down the field here rather methodically with under 7 minutes to go. Quarterback Mike Staub in shotgun formation. Not much going there. The West York ball
is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
snuffed that play out, too. Brings up a third down for Susquehannock with 6:22.
It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Warriors.
And, of course, a little reminder, viewers that are watching, next week we're going to have another Division II matchup in YIAA as New Oxford travels to York Suburban.
Yeah, that should be a very good matchup with Adams County coming down to York County to battle it out in that Division II matchup.
And we're back here. Mike Staub with a run, looking to throw the ball downfield. And an incomplete pass that's going to bring up a fourth down for Susquehannock.
4th and 8 coming up for the Warriors.
And that's a 4th and 8, and you would think that Susquehannock's going to punt the ball.
Still plenty of time, 5:56 to go here in the first quarter with your score West York 14, Susquehannock 8. Punting situation for Susquehannock. As it looks like we're going to be joined by our camera operator, Belinda Morales has finally returned this week. And the punt's off.
Ball's down.
Ball did touch one of the Susquehannock Warriors. It'll be West York's ball at their own 28-yard line here with 5:45 to go this Friday night in West York, the home of the Bulldogs, with your score 14 for the Bulldogs, 8 the Warriors.
And I know that's probably to the delight of some fans that our lovely Belinda Morales is here now, so she can take control of this camera, because I missed a big play, touchdown play. But, you know, things happen.
Anything can happen when we're live, right, Du?
Absolutely.
And to give to number 27, Daniel Rice, down the left sideline.
Daniel Rice on the carry.
And there's a flag on a play.
And a flag down late on that play. Now we'll see what the call is here, and
it'd be interesting if it's another late hit on Susquehannock.
Illegal block. Offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That's going to negate a nice running play there by Daniel Rice. And West York with the possession. Quarterback Brady Holloran in shotgun formation. Jet sweep here. Some hard hitting there. Taking down Victor Gonzalez.
Out to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 2
for the Bulldogs. Ball at their own 35-yard line.
Also at the 36-yard line.
Interesting to see here what takes place here on this possession for West York. 2nd and 2. Spreading out the offense here. West York. Give to number 27, Daniel Rice.
Daniel Rice on the carry.
It looks like he picked up that first down for the Bulldogs.
And Daniel Rice put his shoulder down and went right into the defender and kept chugging.
And you hear some banging going on here from high atop the bleachers here.
These two teams are almost playing like they have a little bit of bad blood going on, Todd. I don't know. It's hard hitting going on tonight.
It's hard hitting, and it's a battle between two Division II teams here in YIAA. And to give to number 1, Amari Davis. Picks up a few yards.
On the carry, out to the 47-yard line.
4-yard pickup for the Bulldogs.
Just got an update from the Central Southwestern game. Central's up right now 7-0 with 7:26 to go in the first quarter. Deshaun Gaither with a touchdown for Central York. And again, anybody has any updates, that's from Jack Weinmiller. Anybody has any updates, go ahead and let us know on the live chat or directly on our inbox on Sports Shooting Stars, and we'll update you. We'll keep everybody updated.
There we go. Brady Holloran looking to throw the ball downfield. He's going to scramble out of the pocket. Plenty of running room to his left, down past midfield inside the 40-yard line. And a first down for this West York ball club.
And that was very good patience from Brady Holloway. Holloran. He looked at the play, didn't see anything on the right-hand side, and ran down the left-hand side for about 17 yards.
Timeout, Warriors.
Timeout right now for the Susquehannock Warriors with 3:16 to go. It's West York 14, Susquehannock 8. Yes, want to remind our fans that maybe are attending one of the other games in YIAA action, pass along the scores. I mean, we know Central right now is up over Southwestern in Hanover. Of course, another big matchup tonight. Dallastown travels to York High. And Red Lions at Northeastern tonight, too. Yeah, Northeastern off to a bit of a slow start. Go ahead.
Yeah, it should be a great night of football all throughout the YIAA. I also want to give a shout-out tonight to Cade Burdett. He's one of the edit guys that came along, and he's going to do some video edit of this game, and it's going to be available on his YouTube page and also on his Instagram and his Facebook page, and that's Cade Burdett. He does a very good job with the edits, man.
A communications major at IUP. I had a chance to talk to him beforehand. He's home doing the Zoom virtual learning this semester. But if you haven't had a chance to check it out, he did some stand-up work with that Central Red Lion game.
He definitely did.
I talked to some people that were marginal sports fans. They told me after watching that 8-minute, they were ready to run through the wall themselves.
Oh, good gracious.
They were that excited. They were that pumped up. And he does a fantastic job with the videographer.
And West York and Susquehanna is going to appreciate what he does in this game as well. And also, I want to say, all his edits actually tell stories, not just highlights. He gets behind the scenes a little bit.
Yes, he does. And he's out there.
Shout out to Cade Burdett.
Yep. Taping this game. And here we are back to action. Brady Holloran looking to throw the ball downfield. and threw that ball out of bounds there on the first down play.
Now on his pass intended for number 6, Jamari Jenneret.
He was trying to make that connection to number 6, Jamari Jenneret. Jenneret, that name sounds familiar. Remember Malik Jenneret from York High from a few years ago?
And Malik Jenneret actually went Division I. He's still around. He does a lot of fitness. He's a family man now, has a family of his own, but he does a lot of fitness. He plays semi-pro basketball, football. So he's in tip-top shape.
And if memory serves me correct, I believe he went to UConn, played under Coach Randy Edsel.
Yes, he did.
He's a Susquehannock alum. Well, back to action here Friday night at West York. Brady Holleran back in shotgun formation. The ball on the 41-yard line of Susquehannock. The Bulldogs looking for more points tonight. Brady short hops the ball to intended receiver number 5, Sherrod Anderson, who had that big touchdown reception earlier in the game. And we'll have to keep an eye on for potential players of the game tonight, or player of the game,
I also want you to keep an eye out for number 33 for West York, Nico Wright Phillips, 5'10", sophomore. He was rated last year as one of the fastest freshmen in the state of Pennsylvania. He ran a 4.4, I think a 4.44 in the 40. And he's a guy you got to watch out for, because when he gets the ball, he can put the burners on.
It's number 33 in your program for West York. Offense spread out here for the Bulldogs on 3rd down and 10. Plenty of time for Brady to look.
And that's a big bomb. That's a big one.
That's a big one. And completed. And inside the 10-yard line to number 8, Victor Gonzalez.
First down, Bulldogs.
Victor, of course, had the rushing touchdown. And,
and that was a great pass and great throw. Victor did a great job of keeping his eyes on the ball and going back to it to make that catch. And I can't say enough that Brady Holleran, he actually has a lot of poise in the pocket. I mean, he doesn't get too much rattled. And as you can see, he has a big arm.
Big arm, and here we are, the ball at the 5-yard line of Susquehannock. First down and goal with 2:40 and counting here at West York. The Bulldogs threatening for more points. And they give it to number 5, Sherrod Anderson, looking to break out. And he does. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run by Sherrod Anderson.
Sherrod Anderson, he's another one that's a speedster.
5'6" freshman for the Bulldogs, 2 touchdowns already.
And that's what you need in football. Some of these kids, you just need an opportunity, and they make the best of it. And he's one of those guys, as a freshman, making the best of his opportunities.
And with his speed, if he can get to that edge, he's gone, as we've seen it here tonight. And
well, that's one thing that we did hear about West York, is that they have a speedy young team, and we're actually seeing that on display tonight.
The point after attempt here by Victor Gonzalez is up and good. And the score right now, West York 21, Susquehannock 8, with 2:30 to go here in the first quarter of a rather exciting game. A lot of scoring. If you're into scoring, this is your game to watch this Friday night with Sports Shooting Stars. You can reach out to us on Instagram and Facebook. It's Dew Jones. It's Todd Edwards. Belinda Morales has finally arrived here tonight as our camera operator. And the faithful fans outside the gate here at West York are quite happy with the results so far with 2:30 to go.
And West York's located right there and right beside, roadhouses and the rural areas. So people are pretty much in their backyards watching the game, literally. And West York has to be careful of how they kick the ball to Susquehannock, as they have ran 2 of them back, one for a touchdown and one that got called back.
Yeah, Stu, we're going to see what happens. I mean, with this potential, with the kickoff returns, it'll be interesting to see. Victor Gonzalez does here. He kind of squib kicks it.
Number 2 picks it up.
Ricky Ferguson brings the ball out to about the 30-yard line.
That's about the 31-yard line. First and 10 Warriors.
Ball set up at the 31-yard line for Susquehannock, looking to score here.
The West York Area School District also shared the game tonight. We want to thank all the fans for tuning in tonight, as West York battles against Susquehannock. West York up now 21-8 with 2 minutes to go.
Michael Staub with the ball. Trying to get some positive yardage here with just over 2 minutes to go.
And you look at West York, you know, we did a couple games already this year, Todd. And you look at West York, they don't really have any big players or guys that really stand out physically, but they're a speedy, feisty team. As you can see, when they get the ball, they can run out, pretty much outrun anybody.
And it's nice to bring our fans different teams each and every week. And
yeah.
It's on display with these two teams, West York. Our first time ever here broadcasting a West York football game.
And as we said, West York has a rich tradition of football.
Brings up a third down for Susquehannock. Staub with the keeper, quarterback keeper.
And at the end of this quarter, Todd, we'll go around the stadium and let people see. We'll let the fans see other fans that's actually outside the stadium checking out the game.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Warriors.
Also want to thank the marching band. They did a great job pregame before the game started.
They came out on the field, yep, and they're just outside the gates here,
They're
outside the track. Yep, they're practicing social distancing here with just under 1 minute to go here in the opening quarter here at West York with your score 21 West York, Susquehannock 8. Back to action here. Michael Staub looking to throw the ball downfield. Ooh.
And that was a tip ball that can easily have been caught, but it wasn't.
He's got to bring up a 4th down here for Susquehannock.
Damian Carter, number 3 for Susquehannock, had an opportunity to catch that ball, but that was good defense.
And it looks like the punting unit's going to come out for Susquehannock.
It's the first time I've seen this. West York actually has their student body here, but this outside the gates, I mean, they're loud as though they're inside the stadium.
And we can hear it from here. How about it? I'm sure the fans at home can as well. The punting unit on for Susquehannock.
Not a bad kick.
It takes a Susquehannock bounce to about the 32-yard line of West York.
The 31-yard line of the Bulldogs.
And West York's offense is going to be back out here on the field. And right now they're clearly in control here with the score West York 21, Susquehannock 8. The West York offense trots out here with 36 seconds here due.
And it has been an exciting first quarter, wouldn't you say, Todd?
Oh, no doubt about it. A lot of big plays, a lot of exciting plays.
And one touchdown is actually off the board, so it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been more, yeah. A penalty called, kickoff return. But we're back to action here.
And that's number 1, Amari Davis. Amari Davis' father is here tonight as well, running the camera, Anthony Davis. So, you know, he has the opportunity to watch his son play tonight, which is a great thing.
Amari Davis, a freshman. Another freshman for this West York ball club, number 1 on your program.
5'10", running back, cornerback, Amari Davis. Keep an eye out for him. If he's already getting time as a freshman, he's going to be a staple here at West York for the next couple of years.
Exactly.
There's 2 seconds to go on the clock. 1. And they did not get the playoff.
Nope, and that is the end of the first quarter. Sports Shooting Star fans, West York 21, Susquehannock 8.
And as we told the viewers earlier, you can see some of the West York fan club that's right outside there hanging out, and they're yelling and screaming. They're all together as one.
They are, and we want to thank our fans for tuning in this Friday night to Sports Shooting Stars, and we also like to thank our sponsors. How about it? Basil Insurance. If you're looking for auto, home, business, or life insurance, check out Basil Insurance on social media, Facebook, Instagram.
And Basil Insurance is actually located right out here in West York. So
we're right in their backyard.
They're a very local sponsor for sure.
Local sponsor. Reach out to them on social media or simply call them at 717-792-6200. Also, Anytime Fitness of Redline. We mentioned them. They're a longtime sponsor, the Turpak family. Looking maybe to get in shape, lose that beer gut. Hey, why don't you contact Anytime Fitness of Redline to get in shape this 2020? And also looking for maybe a vehicle to drive?
I am.
There you go. Prestige Motor Cars of York. The best selection of cars under $10,000. Contact Jesse Ferber. You can reach him at 717-843-4747. Luxury for less, dude.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to tell the fans also we may be locking in a pizza sponsor very soon.
Exciting.
I can't let it all out right now, but their pizza is amazing, and I can't wait to have them on board.
No doubt about it. We just can't eat while we're talking. How about it? Just not apropos.
Well, pizza and student athletes go hand in hand.
No
And that's
doubt.
a fumble right
and
there.
a fumble there.
He picks it
Brady
up,
Holloran
runs,
picks the ball up, and he has some positive running room.
Brady Holloran on the keeper,
and that's a pickup of maybe a first down.
41-yard line.
Get some pizza, and as the season progresses, it may get a little chilly. Who knows? May get a coffee, sponsor, to be out
Pizza
here
and
to
wings
call.
are a great thing to
they're
have
wings.
on Friday night after a tough football game.
All this food talk has me getting hungry here, too. And I ate before coming onto the air tonight.
Well, that's what food does. It makes you hungry.
Yeah. And the offense of West York's out on the field here. Second quarter here.
And that's a pitch.
Pitch number 5, Sherrod Anderson, looking to break up the edge and not much running room.
On the carry.
Second quarter action.
Sherrod Anderson, he has a lot of heart. He's only 5'6", but he's out there playing with the big boys. And as we already said, he already has a touchdown.
Already has a touchdown, Sherrod does. Yeah, a touchdown run and a reception. 2 touchdowns. Is somebody to keep an eye on potentially for a player of the game,
It's very cool when you see kids that's only in student athletes that's only a freshman getting this type of varsity playing time because, this helps them out for the future.
Yeah, you see that probably more common in football and maybe basketball.
Absolutely.
Quarterback Brady Holloran, shotgun formation, looking to throw the ball downfield.
And that's a nice
completed
pass.
to Chaz Etheridge.
Number 2, Chaz Etheridge.
His first reception in
Throw
tonight's
plays a
game.
First down for the Bulldogs.
And they have Chaz Etheridge listed at 6'3", so he's an easy target to find for Brady Holloran.
Yes, 6'3", senior, outside linebacker, and punts for this West York ball club.
Does a little bit of everything, like a Swiss Army knife, right?
Swiss Army knife or Slash. Remember Slash?
I do,
Right,
Cordell Stewart.
Yes. Trips formation for West York. Brady
That's a
Holloran.
pitch.
Pitch out. To number 8, Victor Gonzalez. And not much running room. That Susquehannock defense snuffed that one out, too.
By number 14, Bradley Simon.
And that was a great move, a great tackle from the sophomore Bradley Simmons, 5'7", Bradley Simmons.
Yep,
He snuffed that one out pretty fast.
And due to the COVID situation, West York was unable to play first couple weeks in the season.
Yeah.
This is actually their first game of the season.
So I know they're
looking
excited.
highly effective here tonight under Coach Hugh here.
3 touchdowns already in the first half.
Flag on the play.
Looks like an offsides.
Number
call.
88 for Susquehanna jumped off sides. I don't know if he was a little anxious or maybe Brady Holloran had a good hard count.
And
False start. Offense.
we stand corrected. A false start by the West York Bulldogs here. It's going to move them back.
Well, that was a reason why number 88 for Susquehanna jumped off. I mean, not jumped, but jumped from the snap because somebody else was off sides for
17 coming up
for West York.
Second down at 17 now. The ball at midfield for West York. Clock is running. We're under 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars this Friday night, and we thank you for tuning in. Draw play to number 8, and his legs keep running. Victor Gonzalez. What appeared to be stopped for a play, he got a couple extra yards there. Just legs kept churning for
He kept chugging for those yards.
the
3 on the play.
senior running back who has a
Third and 14
rushing
coming up
touchdown.
for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 14. Big third down for West York. They're spreading out their offense here. Trips formation. Clearly a passing situation here, and connected to number 5, Sherrod Anderson.
And that was a great slant from Sherrod Anderson. That was almost a timing pattern. Because as soon as Brady Holloran had the ball in his hands, he knew where he was going with the ball, and he let it and hit that quick slant. Nice pickup of 16 yards.
A 16-yard pickup. And again, stand corrected, that's the number 2, Chaz Etheridge.
And as we said, Chad Etheridge is that 6'3" wide receiver that's easy to find on the field.
Presents a big target for the quarterback, Brady Holleran. Holleran ready for more here with under 10 minutes to go.
Right now, Susquehannock is kind of reeling back a little bit because West York's doing what they want to do on the offensive side.
And it's a timeout by West York. They're going to collect their thoughts here offensively, and they look good for their first game of the season here under Coach Ivan Quinones here.
Well, they had that extra 2 weeks of practice and getting ready, and it looks like they were ready to come out and play today. And Susquehanna just happened to be on the menu.
The Warriors started the season 0-2. They're looking for their first win of the season.
And as we've done so many games now, Todd, I always say this: it's always a tale of two halves, because one team can come out gangbusters in the first half, and then things sometimes turn upside down in the second half, and the other team goes gangbusters and ends up being.
You're right. We've seen that happen before. It could
plenty of
happen
times
tonight here with Susquehannock.
And Susquehanna has already shown that they can put points on the board. They had 2 touchdowns. One was called back. But as you can tell, they have speedy guys, and they're not afraid to get the ball and make a go for it. But right now, they need a defensive stop because West York is doing what they want to do with the ball on the offense.
Yeah, we have not seen their punting unit at all yet here for West York, and with 9:19 to go, coming off a timeout, West York. Brady in the toss to number 27, Daniel Rice, looking for running room. And Susquehannock looks like we're on top of that play, too.
Yeah, that was a tackle by committee with that Susquehanna stop.
Second and 12 for the Bulldogs.
And that's what they need to do more often if they want to get back into the game and keep things competitive. 2nd and 12 with 8 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. West York leading 21-8 over Susquehanna.
We want to remind our fans we'll be back next Friday night. Kickoff at 7 p.m. as we travel to York Suburban as the Trojans play host to the new Oxford Colonials in another Division II YIAA matchup. But right now we're back with more here with West York on the move offensively. Brady Holleran looking to throw the ball deep downfield to number 4. And a great defensive play there by Susquehannock by Andrew Fuller, who swatted that ball away from Joseph DeJesus. Brings up a 3rd down and 12. The ball on the 30-yard line of Susquehannock with 8:25 to go, Dew.
And that was a touchdown-saving play from Andrew Fuller. If he didn't have his hand up and tip that ball, that would have been an easy touchdown. Great play from Andrew Fuller, number 1
Andrew
for
Fuller,
Susquehanna.
of course, we saw him run the ball back on a kickoff return.
Yeah, he's their speedster. He's actually playing the cornerback position, so he's one of those guys. He can give you a pick 6.
Here we go for West York. And they give it to number 1, Amari Davis. Not much running room there, Dew, for West York.
And as a freshman, Amari Davis, he has to be, 15, 14 years old out there playing with 16 and maybe 17-year-olds. So, it's a different, as far as development, between 15 and 16 and 17. I mean, it could be a world of a difference. But he's, like I say, he's not shy. He's getting the ball going right up the gut with it. He's not just doing, swing or toss passes. He's going right down the middle.
Right down into the belly of the beast, as they say, Dew, here. And it's 4th down and 8. And West York's decided to go for it here, instead of maybe potentially bring out their field goal unit.
And they're staying aggressive, so let's see how Susquehanna responds to this aggressiveness from West York.
Ari Davis in motion. Brady Holleran looking to throw the ball down field. A little bit of a scramble.
And that's a big hit.
And that is a big hit. And a touchdown by number 2, Chaz Etheridge. A 26-yard touchdown pass to Chaz Etheridge, the 6'3" target for West York.
And I didn't think Brady Holleran's going to make anything out of that play, but somehow, I'll tell you what really happened. He had a key block and put number 88 for Susquehanna, on his buttocks.
Right on his.
But that was a key block. But that gave Brady Holleran enough time to get that ball down there, enough air for that catch, and that was a great catch for number 5, correct?
Number two, the
okay.
senior. Yep, 6'3" senior. And just like that, West York 27 with the point pending here right now. 8 points for Susquehannock. And
that may be a delay of game.
A flag down on this play.
Substitution, kicking team.
An illegal substitution for the offense, West York. And they were planning to go here for a 2-point conversion. You mentioned earlier, this West York Ball Club aggressive? And it looks like I hear the coaching staff saying they're going to kick the ball now for a potential point after attempt.
And right there, we're going to give you guys a shout out. That's our guy, Kay Burdett. He's the one doing all the video edits. I mean, he puts a story behind everything that's going on, and he's putting a lot of hard work in tonight. So West York and Susquehanna, they're in for a treat when he's done editing tonight as far as this game and what he does.
And for fans that are watching, they can follow you on Facebook or follow yours truly, and I'll be sure to share the link. Point is up and good.
Hit the goalpost, but it bounced in.
West York 28, Susquehannock 8 with 7:21 to go here in the second quarter.
Just got another update
on some scores taking place around the league. Take it away when you get a chance.
Yep, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to look at this update. Got an update on the Central York game. Central now is up 21-0 over the Southwestern Mustangs. 99 punt, a fumble recovery from number 7 from the Panthers, Seth Griffins. And also York High is leading Dallas on 28-7.
Oh, York
with
High
5
all
minutes.
over Dallastown, dude. Great. Oh, I mean, and what you mentioned, of course, this game, Central York, you mentioned, all over Southwestern Mustangs, 28-0, in the second quarter. And Red Lion is up over Northeastern 6-0 in the first quarter. And New Oxford right now up on Kennerdale 21-6. So we're going to keep the fans updated with some scores here throughout the game.
I want to thank all the fans as well who's giving us the updates on the scores as well, because, that's what we need to keep everybody in tune.
And that looks as if that may have rolled out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty against West York.
And that might have been a strategy for West York to not kick it deep and give it to one of their deep guys so they can have that punt return kickoff return.
Kickoff return. We mentioned Andrew Fuller and number 2, Ricky Ferguson, 2 speedsters for the Susquehannock Ball Club. Maybe their thinking is it's just better to get the ball out to maybe the 30, 35-yard line.
Get to one of their tight ends or something like that, not their speedsters that's sitting back there waiting for the ball.
Yeah, at this level, I want our viewers to know that the ball, if it's kicked out about, and they get the ball at the 35-yard line. 35-yard line, and that's where the Susquehannock Warriors are going to set up here with 7:21 to go here in the second quarter, looking to try to get back into this game offensively.
I mean, the first quarter was very competitive, but right now it looks like Susquehanna is kind of reeling back, and West York's doing what they want to do, so this drive is going to be really important.
There it is, the ball given to Ricky Ferguson, looking to break outside.
Ricky Ferguson couldn't find anything to do on that play right there. Maybe a gain of 1 yard. I'm sorry, a gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
3 yards, 2nd and 5. Yeah, 2nd and 7 there. But under 7 minutes to go here at West York High School. You're watching Sports Shooting Stars, our second broadcast of the season, as we're going to have a busy broadcast month
every week.
Every Friday this month. We're going to be somewhere around the YIAA.
We're going to make our rounds.
Nice run. And so inside the 50-yard line for Susquehanna. Zach Pacunez there with a nice carry, the junior running back for the Warriors, a first down and move the ball past midfield.
And that's exactly what they need from
territory.
That's exactly what they need from Zach.
In a nice time-consuming drive here and punch it in for Susquehannock would be a nice way here to get back into this game as they're down by 20. And the quarterback keeper by Mike Staub get some positive yards there on that first down.
Slowly but surely, Susquehanna's working their way down the field and getting herself in the field goal position or an opportunity to score a touchdown. And you notice early in the game, Todd, Susquehanna, their sideline was really loud and really engaged, and they were, roughing it up and talking to each other. And as they got down, they got real quiet. So I think it's very important for any team to stay engaged and also stay with the, the body language says a lot, especially in sports.
You're getting Michael Staub with a quarterback keeper and some hard hitting, and boy, makes some positive yardage out of that play. Inside the 40-yard
line.
And that was a great move by Michael Stubb, making something out of nothing. But as I was saying, Todd, I think it's really important for, teams that if you're up or down to keep the body language positive, because it's going to be a long half and you're still not out the game. So, you want to keep everything positive as they started off in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and we happened to see that in our first telecast with Redline as we were behind Redline bench. And then last week had the pleasure to be a sideline reporter up in Dover. You saw just kind of the wind go out of the sails when Dover received a beat down from Central York. But we're back with action here and positive running yardage here for Susquehannock.
And this would be a very good thing if Susquehannock can get in the end zone before the end of the second half.
No doubt about it.
Before the end of the first half.
Yep, and we have just under 4.5 minutes to go. They're moving the ball downfield. The Susquehannock Warriors. Under head coach Steve Wiles, we mentioned in our pregame show, no stranger to coaching. I believe he's in year 21 as a coach here in the greater YIAA.
Yeah, he knows the system and he knows how to get some wins out of his guys. And as we said again, positive yards.
And right now, a highly effective system right now, play calling system for the Susquehannock team, because you're keeping the West York offense off the field, Bill.
And as I said earlier, it looks like Susquehanna, they don't really want to throw the ball. They like to run the ball and chew up the clock, and that's what's going on right now.
Ground and pound, or 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and that's what right now we're seeing by Susquehanna, and it's quite effective right now in the second quarter.
Yeah, until West York can come to a stop, I don't see why they would stop running the same run plays.
Ricky Ferguson,
who picks up a first down for Susquehanna.
First down.
Down to the 20-yard line and a first down for the Warriors.
No, West York marching band getting into this game with some music being played.
About the 19-yard line of the Bulldogs.
And they're trying to keep things as normal as possible during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, as we look over to the West York side, it looks as if parents there are practicing against social distancing. What would you say, maybe 100 fans over there, if that?
I think it's a little under 100.
Yeah. And we're back to action there. Running back for Susquehannock, Zach Bacunas, the junior running back.
And Zach Bacunas is doing a really good job for Susquehannock as far as helping them get down the field and hit and getting some yards even after the hit.
Zach Bacunas on the carry.
We're calling his name and number quite often here in the second quarter. And on this drive for Susquehannock, 2nd and 5, the ball at the 14-yard line of West York.
Looks like Susquehannock found a recipe against West York to get the ball down the field.
Trips formation for Susquehannock. Michael Staub drops back into the pocket, looking to throw the ball downfield. And a screen set up to Zach Bacunas. And look at it, scrambling inside. That's a touchdown for Zach Bacunas. And just like that, a 14-yard touchdown reception.
Man, they gave the ball to Zach Bacunas a few times, and he always made positive yards. And right there was a touchdown. That's a great move from Zach. I alluded to that earlier. He does a great job of taking the first hit and keep going.
And keeps going, sheds the blocker, and in for the score, and a big-time score here with 2:03 to go in the second quarter,
And Zach is very lucky because Cade Purdette was down there, and he caught that video of him scoring that touchdown. So check out that highlight whenever he's done with it.
A flag on the play. Offsides on West York.
Makes you wonder if Susquehanna's going to go for 2.
They'll move the ball in closer there for potential, but they kept their kicking team out. for the point after attempt.
I want to give a big shout out to Greg Basil for giving us some updates on some of these scores around the league.
The kick is up and good. And with your score, West York 28, Susquehannock 15, 2:03 to go. And go ahead if you have some more scores there due here as on this Friday night here at West York.
Well, I got an update from Greg Basil, one of our sponsors with Basil Insurance.
Basil Insurance Company, right here, based out of West York.
Yep, right out of West York, right down the street, actually, on Market Street. We also have Central York is now up 28-0 over the Southwestern Mustangs with 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first half. And also Redline is up 6-0 over Northeastern.
Northeastern seems to have started off to a slow start. I know they've graduated a lot of players. They still have their star running back, Manny Capo. We're going to see Northeastern in back-to-back weeks later this month. I want to tell our viewers, the Central York Panthers will invade Northeastern. That's always a backyard rivalry of sorts. And then the following week, York High, the Bearcats, we're going to have the Bearcats. And right now, I think if you're looking at in Division I, the top teams right now have to be Central York and York High.
It's almost like that almost every year, but you can't also count out Redline. But right now, the top two teams probably in that Division I, is York High and Central York.
And the possibility does exist. We want to emphasize to our viewers that we could broadcast that game if they play it October 30th, Halloween Eve. And we're back to action here. And the ball appears to roll out of bounds. Now, it looks as if it was touched.
If it was touched, is that Susquehannock's ball? No.
It looks like it was touched by a West York Bulldog there. It looks like number 6 was back there. And that was Jamari Jenneret who touched the ball, and it bounced out of bounds, which is going to set the ball up at West York's 9-yard line.
That gives Susquehannock a great opportunity to keep pressing West York back and hopefully maybe get a score before the end of this first half.
1:55 to go here in the second quarter due. And we'll talk some more about some of the other scores and situations with the upcoming broadcast schedule here. But we're back to action here with West York with the possession. A draw play. And there he is off to the races. Number 5, Sharon, and brought down hard. Sharon Anderson, brought down by Tim Minicini.
Well, what Sharon Anderson lacks in height, he has in heart. He's a really good runner. He knows how to hit the holes and get to the outside. That's a great run from Sharon.
And it kind of dug them out of the hole they were there with the ball on their own 9. Now it's out to the 31-yard line of West York.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And Susquehanna is very resilient as well. They're not giving up. They're staying in the game. They're only down by 13 points right now, which is a 2-possession game.
But this West York ball club, offensively speaking, I mean, they've put 28 points on the board. And a flag down on the play. The quarterback keeper, Brady Holleran, looks as if he slipped and down at about the 42-yard line.
And as we said earlier, that's that natural grass that he's running on.
Yeah, interesting to see that as we had a chance to walk on it pregame. I believe one of the few stadiums still in the York Area League that have natural grass. Most of them have gone to that synthetic turf, which we've seen at Dallas South Central, York High.
And you wonder what the upkeep is for something like that, as far as natural grass, always cut it, making sure it's fresh and treat it.
And it looked to be in great condition as I was walking the field earlier pregame. I
got to ask my old foreman, Jack Weinmiller. He knows about cutting grass and erosion and things like that.
Brady looking to throw the ball down and sacked, brought down hard.
And that's a big play right there for Susquehanna.
John Johnson. And a timeout by the Bulldogs.
Very interesting. That wasn't a turnover because John Johnson came pretty low when Brady was winding up, and he had the ball low when he got tackled. So he's very, very careful that it wasn't a fumble.
Tonight's game is being broadcast on Comcast Cable Channel 18 of York. White Rose Community TV YouTube page.
And the public address announcer here giving us some our dues, huh? No pun intended.
Game sponsorships are available, and do not forget to follow Sports Shooting Stars on local media. Remember, we bring the game to you.
There you go. We bring the game to you, Sports Shooting Stars. Stu Jones, public address announcer here at West York, giving you your giving us our props here.
Well, that's our little slogan there. We bring the game to you, because no matter where you're at, you can watch one of our games.
And
we've had
people from down in the Caribbean watching.
Nigeria.
Oh, it's not just domestically. It's international.
Internationally.
Yes,
yeah.
There you go. Trips formation for West York here.
Second and 16.
Second and 16. Looking to throw the ball downfield. Breaks out of the pocket. And picked off by the Susquehannock Warriors. It looked like he was trying to force that throw in, and, of course, West York with the interception. 1:15 to go here in the second quarter, and it sets up the Susquehannock Warriors at the 29-yard line of West York. Do plenty of time here for Susquehannock to punch it in.
And Brady Holloran has been doing a great job of throwing the ball on the run. But right there, it was a tight window. And as you said, it looked like he was trying to force something in. And right now, that's something that you don't need. But let's see how West York's defense stacks up against Susquehanna's offense.
No one open downfield. Michael Staub keeps the ball, and for viewers that may not have seen it, excellent coverage by the Bulldogs defense.
And as we said earlier, you can tell Susquehanna is not a passing team. I think they only passed the ball about 4 times this game, and everything else been runs.
Second and 11, under a minute to go. The clock continues to tick here as we head down to halftime. The ball given to Zach Bacunes.
On the carry.
Timeout by the Susquehannock Warriors. It'll be 3rd down and 11. The ball on the 29-yard line. In decent position here, and it'll be interesting to see what takes place here with a timeout here.
They're in field goal position. They're in field goal range if they get another 5 to 10 more yards.
Yeah, we hope to go through a halftime, give our viewers that are tuned in tonight some scores from around the league here on this Friday night. And we mentioned earlier the possibility does exist that Central closes out the season at York High, and if neither team makes districts, we will be broadcasting that game.
That's a possibility, but
yeah,
it's a very small possibility because I believe both teams will make districts, but they could play each other in the playoffs of the district because York High, I believe, moved up to 6A.
Oh, are they? Okay, so I know they were 5A. I know we know Central's 6A, and
so there is an opportunity they can play each other for all the marbles in a district game.
And it's my understanding on Halloween Eve, October 30th, that's the start of district action. They want everything wrapped up by Thanksgiving in November. And here we are, back to action here. Susquehannock, little give there, little drop-off pass to Zach Bacunes.
Bacunes on the carry.
It's 26 seconds to go in the second quarter. West York up 28.
A first down?
Susquehanna 15.
Susquehannock. A new set of downs here, and
it's a quick down, so there's 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Out of timeouts. Want to emphasize that to our viewers at home. So
Staub spikes the ball, stopping the clock.
Michael stops, as he said, spike the ball to stop the clock here with 20 seconds to go.
And with 20 seconds to go, and Susquehanna running the ball pretty much predominantly of the game, and with no timeouts, you would almost imagine that they would probably be throwing the ball to get it out of bounds or to get the ball in the end zone. I can't see them running too many more plays with 20 seconds left.
Nope, and we have the ball on the 19-yard line of West York.
And he's back for a pass.
Quarterback Michael Staub.
And there it is.
Throw the ball down deep and caught by number 1, Andrew Fuller.
And he's at the 1-yard line.
He's at the 1-yard line. No timeouts.
It's 14 seconds to go.
Pass is complete.
And that pretty much was the only play they can get off as far as getting the ball down the field.
And the clock continues to run here. No timeout. And
it's 10 seconds to go.
Spike the ball. 10 seconds to go.
Second and goal for the Warriors.
Plenty of excitement, plenty of scoring here tonight, too. For our viewers at home, I mean, it's just been one of those games. If you like points, this is the game to be watching tonight, this Friday night in YIAA action.
And that's a great catch from Andrew Fuller. That was one of those plays where he knew where the ball was going. He just had to go get it. He pretty much willed the ball in and made a great catch at the 1 yard line.
At the 1 yard line.
Which gives Susquehannock probably 1 or 2 plays to make it in there with 10 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Quarterback Michael Staub in shotgun formation. And he's going to keep it and up the middle for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Warriors.
Touchdown, Susquehannock. And just like that, we've
got a
game on our hands here tonight.
It's a one-score game right now.
And that brings the energy level back to the Susquehannock Warriors here on the sideline with that score. Point after attempt here by Susquehannock. Scott Dennis. The kick is up and good.
It's good.
And the score, West York 28, Susquehannock 22 with 7 seconds to go here in the second quarter of a rather scintillating matchup between two teams here in the Division II YIAA action here,
Just got an update on the York High score from Greg Basil. York High is up now 35-7 over Dallastown.
This York High Bearcats, the Bearcat Nation, it could potentially set up a big matchup. We talked about it earlier between Central and York, who I feel are the two best teams in Division I YIAA. And I sense a lot of the fans in the greater York area would love to see that matchup take place, whether it's at the end of the regular season or, as you mentioned, districts. What a matchup that could be.
I can tell you this now. If that matchup happens to be, we are filming it.
We're filming it, and it would be. It's unfortunate fans would not be able to come in and see it because it would be the hottest ticket in town between what I feel, as I said earlier, the two best teams in YIAA Division I.
And it's always a good time when you watch York High and Central York go against each other. In the last couple of years, they both won the division, and Central, as of lately, has been doing their thing against York High, but York High is always a foe that it's always in their side.
And a little squib kick there, brought by the up man there for West York. Like number 24, Brandon DeJesus, and
that's going to take us to halftime.
Halftime with your score, West York 28. Susquehannock 22, and you can hear some of that energy level for the Susquehannock Warriors. And rightly so, just down by 6 here at halftime.
And yeah, they definitely woke up now. Susquehanna's back in the game, and they have a new game plan going into the second half because I know they feel like they can be competitive enough to win this game.
Exactly, and it's been a great game first half, and we hope to have just an exciting second half here, at West York Stadium.
Be interesting if the band is going to play anything over there, Todd. I don't think they're allowed to be back on the field.
Yeah, they were, as we mentioned earlier, they started things off as we were setting up tonight. They did the pre-show here at midfield as both teams are going to head back to the locker room areas.
Got another update. New Oxford is over Kennerdale 21-6.
The New Oxford Colonials want to emphasize they moved from Division I to Division II this year, and the Dover Eagles moved from Division II to Division I. And we both saw Dover Eagles last week. First time in a long time since I've been up to Dover, as Central York just laid really a thumping to Dover Eagles last week.
I mean, that's not the welcome you want for getting into the Division I, but you go against juggernauts like that, it can only make you better.
And I believe Dover's playing Spring Grove, I think, this week, I believe. And it will be interesting to see if Dover can pick up a win. Spring Grove, another improved team in Division I YIAA.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes on Spring Grove. I mean, they're not known as of recently of having very successful, Division I runs, but Spring Grove's on the up and coming, and they're a team you got to look out for.
I think one of the last times I remember Spring Grove, remember with the Shaw brothers? They ended up playing at Penn State. Remember the Shaw?
I do remember that.
Was it Jimmy and Tim Shaw, I believe, if I remember correctly? Yeah, they were linemen. Yep. And we did get a halftime score. Halftime, Central 35, Southwestern 0.
And Central's doing a great job at completing that shutout because no team has scored on them yet this year.
Incredible. And if you remember correctly, last week, want to tell our viewers, Dover was moving the ball downfield against a lot of JV starters. If you remember that game last week, and they held them, and they, of course, coming into the third game, they've scored 106 points Central and have given up 0.
And they're already at, I think, 140 now, so. Okay, you want some, Joe?
Going to give some scores here as they're coming in. DeLone Catholic over Biglerville at halftime, 24-7. We mentioned Spring Grove. Spring Grove 16, Dover 0 at halftime. There you go. The Rockets coming off a loss to York High. Fairfield 13, Hanover 3. Gettysburg, the Gettysburg Warriors all over Eastern, 21-0. You mentioned it, New Oxford 21, Kennerdale 6, and Red Lion 14, Northeastern 0. And, Red Lion's kind of bounced back after that smackdown that we had broadcast, remember, at Central. Last week they beat Southwestern, and this week Northeastern. They're landing on Northeastern.
Red Lion was one of those dangerous teams. Like I said, you go against Central, you can't really measure what good of a team you are when you go against Central because they are loaded on both sides of the ball. They have great backups, and, they're just that team this year. But, as far as Red Lion, they look solid. And I knew they was going to give other teams trouble in Division I.
Devontae Dennis picked up a scholarship opportunity with Central Michigan.
Central Michigan,
Chippewas of Central Michigan. Interesting there.
Two-way player. He also plays basketball.
And, it'll be interesting to see. And we mentioned, you mentioned Central defense, Jack Smith. I know we called his name a couple times. He picked up a scholarship opportunity to play at Sacred Heart University, a Division I school in Connecticut.
Well,
and that would be the 6th player potentially for Central that's had some Division I looks, of course, led by Penn State commit Bo Perbola. Their offensive lineman, Josh Gaffney, going to the University of Albany.
And they also have Kyle Fontes going to Bucknell.
University.
That's about 4 Division I. And you can't count out Taylor Wright-Rawls and Judah Tome. He's going to also come out, and do his thing.
So, a lot of talent there, and it'll be interesting. It's my belief, maybe beyond the York High matchup in Central, I think Central's almost going to have to go to the district level to get some competition, Bill.
Yeah, and when they get to that district level, it's going to be really key for them to do something at that district level. I mean, there has been teams before in York County that has reached districts but has not really progressed in the district. So, this year they have a lot of seniors on their team, and, they should go very, very, very far.
If any year is going to be the year, this could be the year for the Central York Panthers. Hey, back with some more scores that our fans are tuned in, wanting more. York Catholic, the Fighting Irish, 14, Bermudian Springs, 6. And again, of course, we mentioned it, my broadcast partner, York High, all over Dallastown in the Battle of the Cats, 35-7 in the second quarter. And, wow, there you have it. The scores are courtesy of Game Time PA. I want to give a little shout-out to them and thank them for providing some scores for us here at halftime at West York. Again, your score here, West York 28, Susquehannock 22. In a rather exciting first half, and just kind of what we had hoped for a broadcast, and an exciting exciting game, back-and-forth battles between two teams. Both teams here looking for their first win of the season. Who's going to get it? Well, you have to stay tuned here this Friday with Sports Shooting Stars. It's Stu Jones. Our camera operator, Belinda Morales, is here at West York, and yours truly, Todd Edwards. Like us, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. It's Sports Shooting Stars.
And the band is providing us some halftime music.
Yeah, we didn't really hear much of the stadium music pregame at all. Like some of the stadiums we go really kind of get you warmed up. We didn't hear that here at West York, but the band has provided music tonight on a chilly, football-like weather here. And as I look over my shoulder, it almost looks like a full moon's behind us here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it is.
Up. Incredible. On a clear night.
We have to get a view of that maybe before the end of the game, so some of the fans can take in that beautiful moon that's out tonight.
The full moon in effect, close to it, and of course we'll have the player of the game at the end of the telecast. We'll make our way down to midfield, that natural grass stadium, and
in the first half, Todd. Let's say this: the first quarter, we kind of thought the player of the game was going to go strictly towards a West York player, but as the game progressed in the second quarter, Susquehannock woke up, and now that player of the game shirt and mask can go to any one of players on each team.
Yes, the mask is part of the new giveaway this year to
Yes,
our
sir.
players of the game.
We want to keep the kids safe, and, we're giving away Sports Shooting Stars masks.
Mask, and, of course, our first player of the game this season, Taylor Wright Rawls. Coming into tonight's game, Taylor Wright Rawls, as far as a player to watch, 6 touchdowns for Taylor Wright Rawls. Of course, Bo Perbola, the quarterback commit to Penn State. And your son, had a nice game last week at Dover.
Yeah, Karan Brown had a nice game last game. He had an opportunity to get a couple tackles in there, had a couple nice catches and a nice run after a catch. So, very proud of him as well.
And I'll be sure to check the game out sometime this week. And they certainly are a team to watch, Central York, and it'll be interesting to see. And that's one of the nice features. I believe a lot of the schools in our area are offering a stream. Of course, they don't have the commentary that we provide here with Sports Shooting Stars, but they at least give you the opportunity to see the game and see the Suns play.
Yeah, I think that's very important. I mean, I would like to see something change. I know a lot of other people want to see things change as far as how many people can participate in the games and stuff like that, as far as fans. But, right now we're underneath that COVID-19 restrictions, and it's pretty tough.
And it's tough, and we've seen it, of course, with our president and first lady. It's just tough. You want to really try to talk about beating an opponent. That's what we want to defeat and beat, the COVID-19. So where we can get fans back out into the stands and get that energy level with the fans, the general public, and the student sections back in here. And they add so much to the game, whether it's football or basketball. And when they're not here in the stands, I think we're missing an element do here with the broadcast.
And hopefully it gets back there soon. But, speaking of such, let's give the band a little bit of attention. They're doing a great job over there providing some music. And I know people are watching. They want to hear that. So we're gonna come back here in about 3 minutes, and we'll kick off the second half.
We'll step away, and maybe you want to recharge yourself with a bottle of water and some popcorn and settle in with Sports Shooting Stars. We'll be back in a few moments. Sports fans, we're back coming to you live tonight from West York High School. As you can see, the Susquehannock Warriors have returned back from the locker room area. They're pretty pumped up here, too. You can hear the emotion level as they enter the field for some second half warm-ups and stretches here.
And as they should. I mean, coming, being down 21-8 and then coming back to get this game to 28 to 22.
Down by 6.
That gives them a lot of confidence to go into the second half.
And that turnover was pivotal, the big turnover by West York. Susquehannock capitalized just before halftime, punched it in and scored and made this a game with the 6-point lead for West York. But Susquehannock out going through some player stretches and warm-ups. West York is entering the field again here. And we're minutes away from kickoff here in the second half. It's Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you this Friday and every Friday in the month of October. Again, I mentioned it earlier in our broadcast, but next week we're going to travel to York Suburban as they play host to the new Oxford Colonials. And then the following week, we're going to be up in Northeastern Bobcat country for back-to-back weeks as the Northeastern Bobcats first play Central York, and then the following week the York High Bearcats. Yes, our first broadcast of the York High Bearcats at Northeastern, and then we're going to close out the schedule, talk about it on Halloween Eve. At this point, it's Red Lion at Dallastown, but maybe if Central could close out the season at York High.
Yeah, that game is subject to change, but that's a game that, as far as Dallastown versus Red Lion, I think that's another backyard brawl that we would love to film, but it is subject to change depending on what happens in the Division I race.
And Red Lion right now looks to be on the rebound after being dismantled by Central in Week 1. Coach Jesse Shea and, of course, Devontae, he picked up a Division I, we mentioned at halftime, a Division I offer to Central Michigan.
And we also want to tell the fans, can't exclude us out from doing any district games this year, because as long as they have games that's available, we're going to try our best to contact our sponsors or get in contact with more sponsors and be there as long as the athletic directors allow us to be there.
Yeah, and hopefully right now you would think in Division I, York High and Central York would be the two of the possibilities for districts.
And you also have to keep an eye on Division II as well, because I think.
Well, York Suburban, remember last year York Suburban had that 10-0 run,
yeah.
Trojans.
And we did their district game as well when they went against Lampeter-Strasburg.
Lampeter-Strasburg, yeah, I remember that night. It was rather chilly at York Suburban.
It was. We can see our breath that night.
From doing these football games now the past couple of seasons, I've learned to adjust to the weather. We're not in a cozy confines of a gymnasium somewhere.
We're not.
So we have to address accordingly when we're out and about. But, yeah, it would be great for maybe Sports Shooting Stars. We did, if you talk about district play for football, but basketball, we did some district action for basketball this winter before the whole COVID situation broke out. And it was, remember, we were at Central with the Reading Knights.
Yeah, and Reading ended up going to the district championship after that game playing against Wilson, and Reading actually won. Did Reading win, or was it Wilson?
I believe Wilson won. Remember, with Stevie Mitchell, one of the top players in the state, and who will be back for his senior year for Wilson.
And ironically, Central lost by 1 point that game, but ironically, Central actually beat Wilson that year. So that would have been a nice rematch game, rubber match between those two teams, but it didn't come to be. Reading did a great job, came in Central's building, and, came out there with that win, and they went off to the district championship. And you got to watch out for, in basketball, Reading, because they had a lot of juniors on their team, so they're senior heavy this year.
The Reading Knights, of course, from just a few years ago, Lonnie Walker, who came out.
Big time, Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker.
San Antonio Spurs.
Yes.
Guard.
And we're off here with the third quarter, the start of the third quarter. And Andrew Fuller looking to break the ball outside, and
Susquehannock is asking a lot from Andrew Fuller, but he's ready for he's ready to deliver. He's doing what he needs to do to keep his team in the game.
And I'll tell you, we tell our viewers a special teams turnover or a defensive touchdown, they can swing the momentum of a game anytime, and so it gives the team such a lift to get a touchdown from one of those units.
Yeah,
it's always expected that the offense scores, but boy, when your defense can score or your special teams can score, it really provides a spark.
You're doing it in all phases at that point. If your special teams can score and also your defense can also get you some points on the board.
We're back to action in a running play.
And it looks like Susquehannock has figured out a recipe to bring the ball, to get some yardage going down the field against West York.
Well, a time-consuming offense here, and it keeps this West York Ball Club offense off the field.
Second and 8 from the
Yes,
a 2-yard pickup there for Susquehannock with Zach Bakunis with a run.
Susquehannock is a heavy run team, so they're perfectly fine with getting 10 yards and getting that first down and running the ball down the field.
Another running play there, and carried by Zach Bakunis, and close to the first down.
Carry out to about the 41-yard line.
And you might as well stay with what's working right now. You mentioned it, Do, until the defense can stop you.
And Zach is one of their workhorses. They're doing a great job of keeping his team in the game.
And you notice there's really almost close to 8-9 guys in the box here for West York, and they're still Susquehannock's able to run the ball.
It's 3rd and 2, and you can almost expect Susquehannock to run the ball, maybe with the quarterback.
And it is a quarterback keeper there by Mike Staub.
And that may be just enough for the first.
On the quarterback keeper. Gain of 1 on the play.
A gain of 1. It's 4th down and 1, and it looks like the offense looking to the sidelines here, and Coach Steve Wiles.
And it looks like Coach Steve is going for it without a doubt. And they're 1 yard away on their own
42-yard line.
42-yard line.
42-yard line. Interesting play call here with just over 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
It is a gutsy play.
It's a quarterback keeper, and Mike Staub with the first down and some more yardage after that. An aggressive play call there by Susquehannock, Do.
And we seen that earlier from Susquehannock when they went for the 2-point conversion on their first score.
The first opening series here in the third quarter here. Susquehannock ball at the 46-yard line. Coach Michael Staub, a quarterback, looking to throw the ball downfield. And looks like it's picked off there from the far side.
That's a big pickoff from Joey DeJesus.
Joey DeJesus with a pickoff. And in fact, a reminder, fans, that's on the far side of the field there, so a second or two late on the call there, but nevertheless a big turnover.
And as we said earlier, you don't see Susquehanna throw the ball too often, so you wonder why they would throw the ball in that particular play with a first down when they were very successful running the ball.
Looking, I guess, to mix the play call up a little bit, but yeah, you're right. With an effective running game, Do, it's
and they were driving down the field, and they would have made that score. They would have won up.
And right now, it's a whole new ball game here now with West York quarterback Brady gun formation, and it looks like
flag on the play.
A flag down. Offsides against Susquehannock. Still first down. A first down and 5 here for ball at the own 45-yard line. Offense spread out for the Bulldogs. And not much doing there on that play.
Shot Ennis on the play. Brought down behind the line. 9 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Second down here for the Bulldogs with just over 9 minutes to go here, Do. West York with a 6-point lead tonight, 28-22. Bulldogs' first possession here in the second half. And a draw play. And again, not much doing there. Susquehannock's defense is
also woken up the players into this game now.
Well, we mentioned that earlier. The players really have to bring that passion and emotion with no crowds traveling to
absolutely
a smattering of West York fans.
Susquehanna's doing a great job coming into West York territory and staying within this game.
Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Pass is caught. No, incomplete. Intended for Chaz Etheridge.
And they did that play, that slant route that Chad Etheridge scored on earlier, and it has been very effective for him. But right there, the ball was a little bit short. And it's making a 4th and 9 with 6 minutes to go.
And it looks like Chaz is going to stay out there. He's their punter, and I believe this is the first time we've seen the punting unit for West York tonight with 8:03 to go in the third quarter.
And as we said earlier, Susquehannock has some dangerous backs back there as far as kicking punt returners. They have 2 that they ran back today, but only 1 counted.
Chaz Escher with snap and the punt.
That's
nice,
a big,
high,
big kick.
Intended for number 1, Andrew Fuller.
Takes a West York roll.
And at about, the 10-yard line of a great punt, but there is a flag down on the play here. We're going to see.
The 11-yard line will be 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
The ball will set up on the Warriors' own 11-yard line, but a flag down. We're going to see what that call is. And it looks like it's against West York there, due. Ball was supposed to be at the 11-yard line of Susquehannock.
Susquehanna has another opportunity to do what they need to do and tie this game up or possibly go up by 1 point.
Ball spotted at the 26-yard line after the penalty.
The ball at the 26-yard line now of Susquehannock. They're back with the ball offensively, looking to throw the ball downfield. And a nice catch by Andrew Fuller right in front of us there. And, boy, that brings the Susquehannock bench up there.
And as we said earlier, Andrew Fuller is doing a lot of things for Susquehannock right now. That's their go-to player.
Yeah, as a receiver and as a kick returner, and we're seeing that right now with under 8 minutes to go.
We have some people watching from Texas. That's Jennifer Holly. Thanks for tuning in from Texas.
Thanks for tuning in from the Lone Star State.
Everything's bigger in Texas, as they say, right?
No doubt. Right now, when you mention Texas, I'm thinking Texas Roadhouse with one of their sizzling steaks right now. Dude, I hate to go onto the food talk here, but and while we have a break in the action, let's like to acknowledge some of our sponsors for tonight's game. Basil Insurance, right here in the West York area. Greg Basil, if you're looking for auto insurance, home, business, or even life insurance, which is really important if you're married and you have kids and you have a spouse, life insurance, get yourself a policy. Contact them at 717-792-6200. Yep, they're located 2210 West Market Street right here in York, Pennsylvania.
Right down the street, actually, from West York High School.
Within walking distance here from West York High School. Hey, also, looking to get in shape, maybe lose that beer gut? Hey, join Anytime Fitness of Redline with the Turpacs. Yep, Fitness. They're located 3117 Cape Horn Road, right in Redline, Pennsylvania. And also, hey, you're looking for a car to drive? Prestige Motor Cars of York. The best selection under $10,000. Contact Jesse Ferber. His number, 717-843-4747. Luxury for less. And we're back with action here after the timeout. Susquehannock's possession. And the ball given to number 24, Zach Bakunas. And a nice carry for Zach. Zach, if you're looking at some players of the game on the Susquehannock side, we keep calling Zach Bakunas' name. And Andrew Fuller's another name to mention for Susquehannock. And
as we said earlier, if something's working, you don't go away from it. And right now, Andrew Fuller and Zach Bakunas is doing a great job of driving the ball down for Susquehannock.
And they give to Zach Bakunas again, and right there, West York.
And that's going to bring up a third and one.
They're right in front of us there. You can see the markers with under 7 minutes to go. The clock continues to tick. Susquehannock down by 6, 28-22 right now. The Bulldogs on their home turf here in front of a smattering of West York fans there on the opposite side of the stands.
You can almost expect this is 4-down territory for Susquehanna. They're not going to kick the ball at this point.
And a quarterback keeper by Michael Staub. He's got a first down and then some. He's off to the races inside the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Michael Staub, and just like that, Susquehannock's back into the game, dude.
For the touchdown. Touchdown, Warriors.
We're talking about player of the game. Michael Staub, what a run.
And that's a big
49-yard touchdown run for Michael Staub.
That's a big-time run for Michael Staub. He's only 5'9", but he can get out there in the outside, and he has some burners on him as well, man. He has some quick legs.
Showed that speed and elusiveness, and boy, just like that, Susquehannock's up with a chance to go ahead here with the point after attempt. The kick is up and good. And a 1-point lead for Susquehannock, 29, West York 28, with 6:10 to go here in the third quarter of an absolutely fun and exciting game here. Between two teams in the YIAA Division II. You couldn't draw up a better game plan tonight with the full moon over our shoulders here, too, at West York. A rather exciting game.
Between both teams, there's almost 60 points put up by third quarter. So, they're putting up some big-time numbers. And West York looks a little shell-shocked because they came out guns a-blazing, but ever since the late second quarter, it has been a Susquehannock led charge.
And right now, the momentum is on the Warrior side here, and they're right in front of us. Their energy level is up, and rightly so, with a 1-point lead here at West York. On a clear, beautiful night for football here in York, Pennsylvania. We thank you for tuning in from wherever you're watching, whether you're watching here in York, Pennsylvania, down to Texas, or all points in between. We appreciate the support, and thank you for tuning in to Sports Shooting Stars through Facebook, Instagram, as we bring the game to you. You certainly can't come to the stadium, but we can, and we enjoy doing it each and every week.
I wanted to get a special shout-out to West York's athletic director, Brent Duffy, who allowed us to come in tonight. And we really appreciate that.
Yeah, Brent was quite accommodating, setting us up here tonight. And here we are back with action. And Brandon De Jesus with not much running room there. And you can hear the Susquehannock side rather vocal here.
They're up.
In front of us.
They're up.
And rightly so.
I mean, when you scored, they were down 22, I believe, to 8 or 21 to 8. And now they scored pretty much, 20 points to West York's 8 in that little bit of time. So they're amped up.
Every reason to be excited, and they're looking for their first win of the season, as is West York.
See, West York has a good opportunity, though, because they still have Brady Holleran out there, and he's been playing a sound game so far.
He is. And a give to number 8, Victor Gonzalez.
West York doesn't want to play conservative ball. They want to keep doing what was working in the first half, and that was a lot of rollout screens. That was some passes down the field. And right now, the last couple times they had the ball, they look a little conservative, and you don't want to do that to a team that's hyped up the way Susquehannock is.
Yep, they're pursuing the ball now. And Brady Holleran, the quarterback for West York, behind center with under 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Plenty of time for West York to get back into this ball game. The offense spread out for the Bulldogs in their blue jersey tops tonight.
There's that rollout we talked about.
Quarterback keeper by Brady Holleran, and he's looking for running room and has it out to the 40-yard line. Past the 40-yard line.
Very nifty move from Brady Holleran, which gives West York a much-needed first down.
First down and a new set of downs to work with here for the Bulldogs with just over 5 minutes to go.
At the 43-yard line.
We want to thank our camera person again, Belinda Morales, for being here tonight. She works a long job at her salon, which she owns, and then she comes right out and helps us do every single game.
One spot to the next, yes. And
we have over 80 games. She filmed pretty much all of them, so we really appreciate her.
Been here, yes, no doubt. Appreciate it. And it's a small but feisty crew, as I mentioned earlier tonight, and we're back with more action. Brady looking to throw the ball downfield. Pass caught by Chaz Etheridge. And close to another first down.
And that play has been very successful for West York. That slant from Chaz Etheridge from Brady Holleran.
Who already has a touchdown reception. But with that reception and catch, it moves into Susquehannock field range here at 46-yard line of Susquehannock. Trips formation set up for the West York Bulldogs. Brady Holloran in the backfield, looking to throw the ball downfield. And a flag down and maybe a hold on number 2, Ricky Ferguson. It looked like a hold from our vantage point here, Dale.
Most likely that's a hold because he held on to his jersey and didn't give Chaz Etheridge an opportunity to catch the ball.
We're waiting the official call here from the referee crew here at West York with 4:04 to go. Susquehannock up 29-28 over West York. We mentioned earlier both teams looking for their first win here on the 2020 campaign.
It looks like West York has opened up the playbook again. At first, they're playing very conservative in that first couple minutes of the third quarter, but right now they're throwing the ball again, and it's been very effective for them. And Brady Holloran is having a really good game.
Yeah,
despite having one interception late in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen 2 different styles of offense, of course. With Susquehannock, it's more of a ground and pound running game. And West York, they like to throw the ball under the senior quarterback, Brady Holloran. Back in shotgun formation. Give to number 6, Jamari Generette, looking to break it to the outside, and a fumble. And it looks as if he picked up his own fumble there.
That's a great move from Jamari. That was a great move from Jamari Generette to get the ball back because he was running. He lost the ball and actually pounced on it so he can get the ball back.
Picked up his own fumble, and the ball on the 18-yard line now of Susquehannock with 3:45 and counting here in the third quarter. West York right back into this do here. Ball set up, actually, it looks like a 12-yard line of Susquehannock. Brady Holloran's going to keep the ball and looks to run up the middle and close to the goal line, and a touchdown by quarterback Brady Holloran. And just like that, the Bulldogs are back with the lead here in the third quarter with 3:19 to go, dude.
That was a big-time play from Brady Holloran. We've been calling his name a few times tonight, but he's that quarterback who also has some leadership. You can tell he's very poised in the pocket, and he's going to fight into the whistle.
And a big presence out there, the quarterback at 6'2". You can see that from our vantage point here, and gives West York a lead here, 34-29, with the point pending here. Do they go for the point after or the 2-point conversion here, do?
With a 5-point lead, you would think they would probably go for the 2-point conversion.
They are, yep. And
it looks like that's what they're doing.
Keeping their offense out on the field here.
And this is a risky move here as well because if Susquehanna happens to score, they'll be up by 1 point.
And a run.
And he's in.
Up the middle.
Conversion is good.
And the 2-point conversion.
Hunter Markley on the carry.
Successful 2-point
Bulldogs 36, Warriors
conversion here with the score. West York 36, Susquehannock 29 with 3:19 to go in the third quarter, and plenty of time, viewers, for Susquehannock to bounce back into this game. And the way this game's been back and forth, it highly likely there'll be some more scoring here with the game here Friday night. We hope to give you maybe some other scores of some other games. The start of the fourth quarter in Southwestern. Central's up 49-0 over Southwestern. The start of the fourth quarter, do.
Yeah, Central's off to a really good hot start, to start this 2020-2021 season. And, as we said before, no team has scored on them yet, and they're averaging 51 points a game.
And West York getting ready to kick the ball off here with 3:19.
And fans are just tuning in. We have to also keep telling them that, Susquehanna has some speedy guys back there that can run the ball back.
They do, and it looks almost as if they're going to try to kick it to the sidelines there. And I think the Susquehannock Warriors were hoping it would roll out of bounds, and it looks like it did not. It was right up against the sideline there. And it'll be Susquehannock's ball here with 3:17 to go.
It'll be first and 10 for the Warriors. Ball does go out of bounds.
The ball did go out of bounds, dude, so that'll set the ball up at the 35-yard line. Yeah, from my vantage point here, it looked like it just landed inside the sidelines there, but according to the side judge, it rolled out of bounds and sets up Susquehannock with some nice field position here. Down by 1 score.
Just got an update on the York High score. York High is up over Dallastown 42-7. Running back Jaheim White, sophomore, super sophomore, has over 150 yards on the ground and multiple touchdowns. There's a lot of talk about Jaheim White, the sophomore from York High.
Oh, and a hard takedown there on Damian Carter, and he's slow to get up.
And that was Victor Gonzalez, number 8 for West York.
Busted right through the line of Susquehannock. But York High, again, another prohibitive favorite in Division I, Dale. They're certainly winning in the Battle of the Cats tonight. How about it in downtown York at Small Athletic Field? Dallastown opened up with a win last week with Northeastern at home, if you recall last week's game. But we're back to action here. Susquehannock looking to move the ball, looking to get back into scoring position. Michael Staub.
Another screen.
And West York snuffed that play out. Not much going there.
Number 66, Logan Ensner.
Number 66, Logan Ensner, West York.
That was a great play from number 66. Also got another update. Gettysburg 12 over Eastern 0.
Gettysburg Warriors.
And that's from the Ham 80 giving us those updates. Fairfield 7, Hanover 3.
Hey, you want to give a special shout out. Did you happen to notice Votech of York won their first game in 4 years? They were on a 35-game losing streak. Congratulations to Votech for picking up their first win last year.
About getting the monkey off your back.
Oh, no doubt about it. Congratulations to the students. And we're back to action here. Taken down hard.
And West York is playing very aggressive right now.
They are. And again, we talk about this sport being a game of momentums. Clearly, the momentum's on the side of West York with their most recent score. Still plenty of time for Susquehannock to bounce back into this game.
I know one of my friends are watching right now, Brandy Shope. I just saw your son Quinn. He just drove past me with his bike, with his West York gear on. So how's it going, Brandy Shope?
Brandy Shope, a big supporter of West York athletics in the school district of West York. But we're back to action here.
Also a referee.
And a former athlete herself, by the way.
A graduate from West York, correct?
I believe so. And again, volleyball, yes, basketball.
Her and Dan Mickle worked together volleyball at your college.
Your college, yes. Maybe if we do a volleyball game, we can have her come out.
That's the plan.
That would be kind of, I mean, volleyball season has started here in the greater York area as well. And you never know with sports shooting stars where we'll pop up.
Absolutely. And with this game having over 60 points, just think about Cade and all the footage he has as far as highlights.
Oh, I see him hustling again. Yeah. He's running around down here. I mean, at some points, I think he's running around more than some of these football players trying to get the best film footage here.
I mean, he's going to have a field day with all these touchdowns. I mean, they're going to love what he brings to the table.
And we're back to action here. West York with the ball.
Looks like there's a little razzle-dazzle going on towards the end of that play.
Victor Gonzalez there with the carry. And we're under 1 minute here to go in the third quarter with your score. West York 36, Susquehannock 29. Ball at the midfield. Actually, they moved into Susquehannock territory there at the 49-yard line of Susquehannock.
And you hear Susquehanna coaches talking to the sidelines, telling the guys to keep their heads up and stay engaged into the game, and you can hear them responding very well.
They still have a quarter of ball to play here. Still anyone's game. And a running play by West York.
It looks like West York's playing a good strategy as far as chewing up the clock and going into the fourth quarter with the lead.
And that looks to be the last play of the third quarter as we're down to 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we are, the end of the third quarter. With your score, West York 36, Susquehannock 29. It'll be West York's ball to start the fourth quarter, and we hope to get started.
Also want to thank the fans for tuning in tonight from all over and giving support to West York and also Susquehannock. We haven't had any Southern Pennsylvania teams as of yet on our program, but Susquehanna is a great introduction. They came out here and scored 29 points going into the fourth quarter. So, they're not a slouch at all.
No, a first time for both schools for the football programs
yes,
here
sir.
to be aired here on Sports Shooting Stars. And we thank West York for inviting us in tonight.
West York has been very accommodating, and we appreciate Athletic Director Brent Duffy.
And, hey, we'll get back to some scores here. DeLone Catholic 38, Biglerville 7 in the fourth quarter. Spring Grove all over Dover 29-0 in the third quarter. Fairfield 13, Hanover 3. Gettysburg, you mentioned them, 21, Eastern 0. In the third quarter, New Oxford all over Kennerdale 28-6. Red Lion all over Northeastern, 20-0.
Wow.
Shutting out Northeastern. And we mentioned Central York all over Southwestern, 49-0 in the fourth quarter. York Catholic up over Bermudian Springs, 14-6. And the latest score I have, York High 42, Dallastown 7.
It's kind of strange when you see two teams go against each other and you see such a gap. Even in the 20-0 game with Northeastern, York High's game, and also Central, there's such a huge gap between the scores. It's not even a close game. This is actually a close, very competitive game.
Yeah, it's a very competitive, and it's been a great game to broadcast and call.
This is one of the games that we love to broadcast.
We love this type of game. It's on display for our fans with Sports Shooting Stars. In motion, Amari Davis, the freshman. Brady Holloran looking to throw the ball downfield and slips. And a loss of some big yards there. It's going to be fourth down. And you wonder with that natural grass surface getting a little cooler out there if it gets a little slippier out there.
Yeah, you get some frost going on down there on the grass. And you actually saw when Brady Holloran, when he slipped, you saw a chunk of grass actually fly up off the ground. So, and now this puts West York in a punting situation.
We're going to see their punter, Chaz Etheridge, back for the punt.
I think Brady Holloran does a really good job throwing the ball on the run. He didn't get an opportunity that time to get the ball off, but,
And back for Susquehannock, number 1, Andrew Fuller. High snap. And it's going to take a bounce for West York down at about the 21-yard line with 11:07 to go here in the fourth quarter in a rather exciting game here, between Susquehannock and West York. West York up 36-29 over Susquehannock. But the Warriors are going to have the ball and the possession here. Ball on the 21-yard line. And we'll see what Susquehannock has in store for the West York defense. Quarterback Michael Staub back looking to throw the ball deep downfield and just threw it out of bounds there. Intended receiver Andrew Fuller.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 1, Andrew Fuller. 2nd and 10 coming out for the Warriors.
Interesting play call for Susquehannock to go that deep on the first play.
Looking to spread out the defense a little bit and mix things up a little. It's a run-oriented offense for Susquehannock, but second down and 10 now.
And number 5, Sherrod Anderson, is doing a great job keeping Andrew Fuller on that as a cornerback, keeping Andrew Fuller to limited plays on the deep ball.
We've certainly seen with Andrew Fuller, you want to try to contain him because out and open in the flat, he's a burner. He'll be off and running.
And we got to express, too, that Andrew Fuller.
High snap. And Michael Staub, and a loss on that play. It brings up a third down. It was a high snap by the center. And Michael Staub really was not able to make much out of that play.
I also want to add number 5 for West York, Sherrod Anderson. Sherrod Anderson is only a freshman, a 5'6" freshman.
5'6" freshman who's had a touchdown reception and a touchdown run in this game.
5'6" playing quarterback, so they have a lot of confidence in his gameplay to have him out there against a guy who's 6'3" with Andrew Fuller. Or that could be a matchup they could exploit. Let's see how they go about it. They're matched up right now.
And a flag down on the play. It looks like it may be against the West York.
It's also interesting because Susquehannock.
Offsides on West York.
Sorry, it's also interesting. Susquehannock is not a passing team, but when they do pass the ball, it's like usually a deep pass. So you wonder they wouldn't do more screens. Well, they did a couple screens earlier, but they would do more slants and more short passes and get back to the running game because that's been very effective for them throughout this pretty much the whole game.
And it brings up a 3rd down and 11 now with just over 10 minutes to go. Susquehannock spreading out their offense, trips formation.
This 3rd down is very crucial to what they need to do.
Staub looking to throw the ball deep downfield, and he does. Hangs it up there, and he completes to Andrew Fuller inside the 40-yard line of West York, and that's a big-time play.
And that's
pass and catch there by Susquehannock.
And that's a matchup we were looking at throughout this whole game as far as Sherrod Anderson stacking up with Andrew Fuller. And that was one of those balls you just kind of throw up and you just got to go get it.
And it was a big time. I mean, we keep mentioning the name Andrew Fuller, number 1 for Susquehannock.
And Sherrod Anderson's having a good game. Keep his head up and keep playing strong, number 5 for West York.
A nice run there for Zach Bakutis for Susquehannock.
And I'm almost 100% sure that Susquehanna's going to be very confident with just running the ball and getting all the way down to the end zone and running this clock out with 9 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, it's plenty of time for Susquehannock here.
Only down by 1 touchdown.
By 1 touchdown, yes. We
expect another run play from Susquehannock as it's 2nd down with 4 yards to go.
Ball on the 34-yard line of West York, and the give to Zach Bakunis, again looking for running room and behind that offensive line and just pushes downfield. And that's going to be a 1st down for Susquehannock.
1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Under 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter on Friday Night Football here under the lights at West York with Sports Shooting Stars. Your score, West York 36, Susquehannock 29.
Just got an update on the score of the Central York game. Looks like the Mustangs did put up 3 points on Central York. So right now the score is 56-3.
56-3, and
big time play.
And a nice run by Ben Osterreich, number 20.
That's the first time he called Ben's name, and that was a big-time play from Ben.
Earlier in the 2nd quarter.
17-yard line. Bulldogs.
So Central gives up 3 points.
3 points.
So far, 56 points. They're averaging over 50 points a game in 3 weeks. And the juggernaut continues for Central York.
And you can tell Southwestern was trying to put points on the board. They said, listen, we're not going for the touchdown. If we can't get that, we'll kick the field goal.
And they give to number 3, Damian Carter.
Ricky Ferguson on the carry.
Now I want to ask you, Todd, or even the fans, with 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this game, is this 4-down territory?
Yeah, I almost think it has to be for Susquehannock. But they're moving the ball effectively. The ball now at the 17-yard line of West York.
So no field goals. They're going to go for that touchdown.
I'm not sure. Do you know much about the kicking game for Susquehannock? I mean, it's...
Well, they've been making their extra points, so they have some yardage there as far as kicking.
And to give to Ben Osterreich, running back.
Ben Osterreich on the carry.
And West York's having some real difficulty stopping Susquehannock's running game.
And, you know, you mentioned it earlier, too, stay with what works. And for Susquehannock, it's just ground and pound running the ball here. It's 3rd down and 2, the ball on the 9-yard line of West York.
Looks like there's a flag.
There is a flag down on the running play. Mike Staub kept the ball and ran. But a flag down. It'll be interesting to see who the penalty is against here with 6:42 to go in the 4th quarter. With Dew Jones, Todd Edwards at Sports Shooting Stars. We'll be back.
Offense.
Holding against Susquehannock. That's going to move him back 5 yards. Want to remind our fans that we'll be back next Friday night. We're going to travel to York Suburban as they play host to the new Oxford Colonials at York Suburban. Our first broadcast this year with York Suburban, featuring quarterback Cam Brewer. They'll be on display. Another Division II YIAA matchup next Friday. But back to tonight's game here with plenty of time here. It looks like 3rd down and 12 at the ball at the 17-yard line. Just over 6.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Michael Staub looking to throw the ball out. And broken up near the goal line by West York. Number 2, the pass was intended to Ricky Ferguson. It brings up a 4th down. Now, interesting. You mentioned it just a few moments ago, Du. Let's see what it looks as if the offense of Susquehannock's going to stay out on the field for this 4th down. Interesting decision because if you kick 3 and you at least get another possession.
Look like they don't know what they want to do right now. And this stadium's actually starting to get loud,
it is.
Todd.
I mean, you're hearing the fans outside.
Oh, it's loud. It's loud in here tonight. This is the make or break you play.
Big play here. Look, pass intended. And caught, touchdown.
Wow. Big time play.
Big time pass and catch.
And as the kids would say, that was a dot.
Andrew.
That was right on the dot.
That was right on the dot. Touchdown reception for Andrew Fuller. We mentioned his name earlier.
Well, I underestimated
catch.
I underestimated Michael Stubbs' arm, but he has some good accuracy because he has 2 bombs that were caught by Andrew Fuller.
Andrew Fuller, and boy, what a passing catch here for Susquehannock. Now, point after attempt to tie it.
It is no good.
No good. Wow, and that would have tied this ball game, and it falls short. West York 36, Susquehannock 35. And how important we talk about the kicking game, and that phase special teams do.
Well, that's the first. Well, we had 30 points, over 35 points from both teams. And that's the first time they missed an extra an extra point.
Yeah,
so you wonder if the nerves are kicking in, or he knows it could be a tie game, or it was a mental thing because he hasn't missed a kick all night.
All night, he was spot on. And, boy, when they needed it.
And that needed the most.
Yeah, they fell short, but still plenty of time. 6:09 to go. West York up by 1 in a rather exciting broadcast here at West York.
I mean, look at it. There's over 70 points in this game. I mean, this is one of our first games at West York, and it's been met with
football
touchdowns.
Telecast here at West York, and what a memorable experience. I mean, a great game, back and forth. Just what the fans really would order.
Absolutely.
A matchup, a back and forth game, and we know there's been a lot of blowouts taking place in other games in YIAA.
And this game is competitive as can be.
And we're glad we're here broadcasting it.
And the fans have enjoyed it as well. We're looking online and seeing them being engaged, and we really appreciate that. It's anybody's ball game.
Don't go away anywhere. Stay tuned here to Sports Shooting Stars, and we're back with action here. Number 6 is off and running. That's number 6, Jamari Jenneret, all the way, going coast to coast. Touchdown.
Big time.
Wow. Jamari Jenneret.
And he busted this game wide open with that touchdown.
That play, I mean, just when you thought Susquehannock was back into this game, a special teams touchdown. Dude, there is a flag that came in late on that play.
I think it may be a celebration, maybe. But it was a clean kick return.
Yeah, Jamari Jenneret, number 6 for a senior here for West York. A special teams touchdown by both teams tonight. And we can't emphasize that enough when you can get a score from each phase of your game, particularly special teams. It's a big lift, and we've seen that now with this West York.
And this game has been a shootout pretty much.
A lot of points scored and a personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct call against West York. The score right now, West York 42, Susquehannock 34.
And if
35.
West York kicks the extra point, that puts them up by 8, but they go for 2. That makes it a 2-possession game and puts them up by 9.
And interesting call, here. It looks as if they are going for the 2-point conversion.
And that'll put them up by 9, which is a 2-possession game.
Great observation, my broadcast partner here, and we're going to see if they can carry out a conversion here, a 2-point conversion with 5:55 to go.
Susquehanna needs to buckle
and Coach
down.
Steve Wiles for Susquehanna calls a timeout. Maybe did not like what he saw there on that 2-point conversion.
I believe that was a wisely timeout because if you can stop them here, it's still a 1-possession game.
And a timeout in the action here with Sports Shooting Stars this Friday afternoon.
We know this is not ideal for most fans because they would love to be here, but this is the next best thing that we can do as far as bring the game to you. It's live, you have commentary, and we also do a post-game interview after the game with the coach and the player of the game. And if anybody can think of a player of the game, please let us know because normally, Todd, we can kind of figure out who's the player of the game. But this game here is tough.
It is tough, and we making some notes in that in terms of the scores and who scored for each team. So, we'll come to a conclusion here. Want to thank our sponsors, by the way, while we have a brief minute here. Basil Insurance for all your insurance needs, auto, home, business, and life. It's Basil Insurance. Greg Basil. Also, Anytime Fitness of Red Lion, Cape Horn Road, and Prestige Motor Cars of York. All 3 sponsors, and they're going to be with us all season long. How about it,
Yes, and we may have some more sponsors coming in soon. And I don't know if
I don't believe they made it. There was the 2-point conversion failed. There was a bobble with a snap, and they were unable to recover.
I still believe that's the right play for West York because that put you up by 2 possessions if you'd have made the 2-point conversion. Right now you're up by 1 touchdown, which is safe.
Safe, and still plenty of time to go. We want to emphasize it. Right now West York 42, Susquehannock 35 with 5:55 to go here in the 4th and final quarter here at West York.
And as the fans can see, there's 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, and this has been a shootout between Susquehanna and West York.
And we have some finals. Delone Catholic with a win over Biglerville, 38-7. Also, Spring Grove bounced back with a win over Dover, 29-14. Dover, since they moved into Division I, are 0-3 to start the season.
And Dover will get better, like I said. Like you said, they're in Division I, so you're going to play some powerhouse teams.
And this final in Central York 56, Southwestern 3 do.
And Southwestern, I can tell they were not going down without putting some points on the board. So once they got in field goal range, they went for it.
The first point scored all season. That's 3 points, well over 100 points for Central in 3 games that are
around 150, I believe.
Their offensive, the juggernaut continues for Central York.
This is going to be a lot of high expectations for Central York as they get into the districts.
And I believe next week, Central and Spring Grove?
It may be next week, yep.
Yep, and there we go with a penalty.
Nice kick.
Susquehannock's going to set up with some nice field position, but they're going to fall on the ball.
Falls down by number 20, Ben Osterreich.
Ben Osterreich with the cover-up of that.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball spotted
Kickoff.
at the 33-yard line.
The ball will be at the 33-yard line of Susquehannock.
And as we said earlier, Susquehanna loves to drive the ball down the field and take it play-by-play and chew up a lot of the clock. There's 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go, so you would imagine this may be the last drive of Susquehanna until the game is over.
Another
so
final.
It's score or bust.
Hey, York High 49, Dallastown 20. York High continues. They start the season off at 3-0. Congratulations to the Bearcats.
Yeah, York High's doing a great job of putting up some big numbers, and congratulations to York High.
And we're back to action here. Susquehannock with the ball and going back to that ground and pound offense. Ben Osterreich with the carry.
And again, fans that's tuning in online and in the live view, the live feed on YouTube, let us know who you think the player of the game is from Susquehanna or from West York. Both teams have deserving players.
Both teams do, and right now we're under 5.5 minutes to go. Trips formation set up for Susquehannock. Back to the running game there for Susquehannock, the Warriors.
And no strike on, or correction, that was Michael Staub on the carry.
The fans are making sure they're vocal. I can
are,
hear the
yes.
fans from over here. There's not many of them, but they are vocal.
3rd and 5 for the Warriors.
3rd and 5. And they give to Andrew Fuller. And looks like he's got to come up short there on the 3rd down.
I thought for a second that West York may have jumped off sides with that play, but there was no play call. So this is 4th and 2.
4th and 2. Big conversion here for Susquehannock due. Really everything on the line here, I would think, with this sequence of plays here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Todd. I'm just listening to West York's sideline. They're loud. You can hear it.
They're few, but very proud and very loud, as you can hear.
This could be the play of the game here.
And the quarterback keeper by Michael Staub, he's going to have that and more. Nearing midfield, past midfield, inside the 40, and down to about the 35-yard line. A big-time run by Michael Staub.
And Michael Staub is making sure his team does not go down without a fight.
You mentioned a player of the game candidate. He could be that guy, dude. I mean,
Absolutely.
with a plays like that one.
There was a 1-2 combo between Michael Staub and also Andrew Fuller, and they've been keeping it Susquehanna right in this game.
They're right in the game, down by 1 score. We're under 4 minutes to go here at West York High School.
West York needs a big-time defensive play.
Michael Staub looking to throw the ball down, and there it is. Andrew Fuller, a short reception.
Andrew Fuller on the reception from Michael Staub.
Under 3.5 minutes.
It'll be 2nd and 11.
Certainly 4-down territory for the Susquehannock Ball Club, do.
And you can see some of the West York players with their hands on their hips right now. It's been a long game. It's been a lot of touchdowns scored between both teams.
Michael Staub, passing play. He's going to keep it, too, inside the 30. And down inside the 20-yard line. Michael Staub is kind of putting this game on his legs and really taking off.
And I see number 4 for West York. Joseph DeJesus, he's a little gimpy coming out of that play.
Ball on the 20-yard line of West York, under 3 minutes. The clock continues to tick.
And when you play against a team like Susquehannock who loves to put their head down and grind the ball, you're going to come up a little soft every now and again.
They give to Ben Ostrike, number 20, and plows ahead.
It's a lot of wear and tear on the body when you play against a team like Susquehannock.
And again, we mentioned earlier, both teams looking for their first win of the season here.
Ben Ostrike on the carry. And 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Warriors.
2nd and 9. I want to emphasize to the viewers at home, the clock continues to tick with just over 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time here for Susquehannock.
2nd and 9 with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
An incomplete pass.
Pass intended for number 22, Luke Emmel.
Luke Emmel,
and that was
the
a good
intended
pass
receiver.
That was a good pass rush from number 56, Anthony Walters, the 6'2 sophomore for West York. Without him putting pressure on the quarterback, that could have been a completed pass.
But a big 3rd down here, for this Warrior Ball Club. Again, we mentioned it. It's a 4-down territory, down by 1 score. Field goal really will do them no good with 1:59 to go.
Well, you know who the ball's going to go to. Michael Staub or Fuller.
Oh! And that was into double coverage there. Pass intended for Ben Ostrike.
Incomplete.
And that's 4th down now and 9. The ball at the 20-yard line of West York.
And that play right there was never executed correctly. Matthew Stubb threw the ball off while he was backpedaling, and looks like West York snuffed that out. They knew what was going on. But this play here, 4th and 9, with 1 minute and 58 seconds to go, is going to pretty much tell you who's going to win this game. Because now it's a toss-up.
It's on the line, and West York, if they're able to stop, well, but here we are. Transformation for Susquehannock.
And this is
Staub
it,
back
guys.
in shotgun formation, looking to throw the ball deep downfield into double coverage. And out of bounds, and what would have been an interception, but out of bounds, and it's going to put a flag down on the play here, Dew.
This will be interesting.
Emphasize that to our viewers.
This will be interesting.
Fourth and 9 with 1:53 to go. A flag down as the referee crew. Everybody's kind of waiting here with anticipation as to what this call will be.
All I would say about Michael Staub, the quarterback for Susquehannock, if you're going to make that play, just get the ball out a little bit faster and give your wide receiver opportunity to catch it.
Yeah.
You don't want to stare him down.
And it was thrown into double coverage there. I mean, the two West York defenders.
Looks like that penalty is against West York.
We're awaiting a call here. It's
holding, defense.
Holding.
That's 5 yards and an automatic first down, I believe.
Against West York.
And that makes a first and
10.
At the 20-yard line.
Much to the chagrin of the West York faithful here, not happy with that play call.
No, they do not like that at all. They want to know who the holding is on.
Yeah, and we're still trying to figure this out here, Dew. But we're back to action here with one first and goal at the 10-yard line here in a new set of downs for Susquehannock, Dew.
And we know this is a run play coming.
Some hard hitting there and not much running. They give to Ben Osterreich. Again, 4-down territory, Dew. With under 2 minutes to go, the clock continues to tick. Second down. No gain on the play. Second and goal. Of course, if you're a West York fan, you're looking for a defensive stand here to end the ball game. And,
a fumble or something to that degree.
A turnover potentially.
Because right now we're looking like this does have a possibility of going to overtime.
And a fumble and a pursuit, a flag down on the play, and not much doing there for.
It's probably a holding call on Susquehannock.
There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag down. With one holding against the Warriors, that's going to move them back 5 yards. With 1:05 to go, it's West York 42, Susquehannock 35.
It's very important for West York to buckle down these next couple of plays and don't let Susquehannock get that first down or even in the touchdown. They have been very effective at making some big plays when they needed to on third and fourth downs.
It'll be second and goal for the Warriors.
It's been a great time for West York to have pretty much a goal line stance and let their defense win this game for them.
Yep, it's both teams are looking for the first. The ball's going to be at the 23-yard line now. It gives West York more breathing room here with under a minute. The clock continues to tick. Michael Staub, the quick give out. Pitch out to
Zach Bucunas with the reception from Michael Staub.
To Zach Bucunas, but right now, timeout
Warriors.
By Susquehannock, Dew. With 49 seconds, West York 42, Susquehannock 35. Fans, you wanted an exciting game, you wanted a close game. Well, I think you have it tonight here at West York. How about it, Dew?
Yeah, it's been a really exciting game. 42 points put up, 35 from the other team, so it's over 70 points.
And we mentioned earlier, I mean, a lot of blowouts took place tonight, and we happen to be involved in a great game here at West York, and I'd like to thank the West York crew and for inviting us out tonight on a chilly, clear night, full moon in effect here tonight at West York. And we want to thank our sponsors also as Basil Insurance. That's if you're looking for auto, home, business, or even life insurance, which is real important. Contact Basil Insurance. Their number 717-792-6200. It's Greg Basil. Basil Auto Insurance. Are located at 2210 West Market Street, right here within walking distance from this stadium. How about it, Dill?
Yeah, Greg Basil's right down the street.
Also, Anytime Fitness of Red Lion that are located at 3117 Cape Horn Road in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Jennifer Turpak, John Turpak, a fitness family, can get you into that fitness mode. Simply call them at 717-246-2420. And also, last but not least, we cannot forget Prestige Motor Cars of York. Luxury for less. The best selection of cars under $10,000. Contact Jesse Ferber. Their number 717-843-4747. Again, luxury for less. Prestige Motor Cars of York. Our 3 sponsors that'll be involved with us all season long. How about it, Joe?
3rd and goal.
And we're back to action here. 3rd and goal. The ball on the 23-yard line of West York. 49 seconds to go. Trip formation for Susquehannock. Quarterback Michael Staub back in shotgun formation, looking to deliver the ball downfield.
No one's there.
And no one's there. Incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 4th down due with 45 seconds to go. I guess you could say the game's on the line here for Susquehannock.
4th and goal. 23 yards to go. But as we have seen before, Susquehannock has made big plays when they needed to. But right now it's West York's time, while they're at home, to get their crowd hyped up and let their defense help them win this game.
You said it, dude. Their fans are hype. I'm hoping the fans at home can hear the crowd, and we're back here 4th down. Michael Staub back in shotgun. Has to get rid of the ball quickly. Up and a turnover. It
and
looks
that's
like
an interception.
Interception. And Gerard, amazing way. Ball turnover. Wow.
That was number... He still has the ball in his hands.
Sharon Anderson. I think it was number 5.
Number 5, Sharon Anderson.
Sharon Anderson with the pickoff. And wow, what a play. It's going to be West York's ball. 38 seconds to go. And it appears to be as if West York's going to hold on for the win tonight.
All they have to do is kneel it and walk out here with a great win. There's a lot of fans saying that Sherrod should actually be the player of the game before that play actually happened.
Well, I mean, he's had a touchdown reception. He's had a touchdown reception, a touchdown run, and then an interception here to close out the game.
That's 2 touchdowns and an interception.
And by the way, do we mention to our viewers, he's a freshman
for
this West York ball club.
5'6" freshman.
Simply amazing tonight. What a game and a great broadcast. We've enjoyed being here at West York.
I think this will be the first time we give a player of the game, possibly give a player of the game shirt to a freshman player.
A freshman player.
And the court will be recognized prior to the game.
And also want to bring Brady Holleran around as well, the quarterback who helped maintain and kept them in the game throughout the whole game. This was a team win, but Sherrod, Victor, and also Brady was a key component to this win.
A great win by this West York ball club, and it's a final score. West York 42, Susquehannock 34.
Wow.
Here with Sports Shooting Stars do. It's been an exciting game, a lot of points scored, and we hope the viewers at home enjoyed it as much as we did tonight here with our broadcast.
And it's the first time I've seen this year. I don't know if they're going to say anything. They may just greet each other at the middle of the field versus shake hands. It just depends on how they're going to do this.
I don't know. They're lining up. They're looking to meet their coach.
They're walking
Chu.
on different lines to show respect.
The Warriors at the 50-yard line and West York.
Great job from West York.
Their first win of the year.
Hard-fought game.
Susquehannock moves to 0-3.
Hard-fought game from Susquehannock. Number 1, Andrew Fuller did a great job. The quarterback, Michael Stubb, did a great job. They did a great job. The coaching staff, they had them prepared to play today, but it was West York's night on their home field, and they came out with the victory.
They came out with a victory, and maybe, just maybe, we're going to make our way, how about down to field, and maybe get an interview with Coach Quinones, or Coach Q as he's called here at West York, and with the player of the game potentially here. A great effort by West York, and like we said earlier, a lot of blowouts occurred tonight. You can't say that about this game tonight, and a great effort by both teams tonight. Again, West York with the win.
And a lot of the fans that's tuning in and watching the game, we really appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're out here hanging out with us.
And it's amazing the amount of views that we receive from each broadcast, and really it's the fans and the viewers that tune in, and we appreciate their support each and every broadcast. Again, we'll be back next Friday as we travel to York Suburban as they play host to the New Oxford Colonials, as both teams are meeting here on the field, going through some post-game talk. And a great effort again by Susquehannock. Their coach, Steve Wiles, is addressing their team, as is West York right now with Coach Q, Ivan Quinones. His second season here with West York. Last year went 1-9, and starting off on the right foot, the Bulldogs, with a 1-0 start tonight.
And West York showed us what we already knew. We knew they were a young team, and they were speedy, and they have a lot of resilience. So that's what we saw out here tonight from West York. And they put on a great show for all the fans, because this is for a lot of our fans, it's the first time they've seen a West York team. A lot of our fans, first time they've seen a Susquehannock team. And I think both teams came out ready to play and put on a great show, and we really appreciate that. Like I said, the whole facility for allowing us to come out and talk to the play. Film the game and have an opportunity to talk to the players.
Exciting game, and maybe do you want to make our way down to the field there, Or what your thoughts?
And I'm hearing overwhelming amount of people saying Sherrod for player of the game, Sherrod Anderson, and also Brady Holloran. So we're going to try to get both those guys to come over, give them both masks, and one will get a shirt they can fight over or something like that. I don't know. He's only a freshman.
For it. How about it?
Yeah, the freshman versus
the senior.
Versus the senior.
He'll be around for a couple more years here for this West York Ball Club.
Yeah, we'll try to go down and talk to the coach.
Yeah, well, why don't we go down now? We're going to make our way down from the bleachers as both. Yeah, we're being instructed. I guess we're going to try with our technical crew here, trying to maybe get closer to the camera, and we're going to try to talk to the team, players of the game, and Coach Ivan Quinones, Coach Q with West York. Yep, there. We're going to make our way down. You have the face mask. Okay, we got the T-shirts, and quickly becoming collector's items, the face mask. How about it, Do?
Yeah, they're a hot item.
Want to know, when can I get, where can I get, it's.
And as we see Cade down there, Burnett getting some of the best footage he can get.
Yeah. And again, if you haven't followed Cade Burnett, we want to give him a shout out. He's available on social media. I'll be able to, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I'll be sure to link up the video. He does some great video montage of the games, and he's out there with West York, my broadcast partner. Is coming down here. We're going to try to get closer to the camera here. I know we've had some technical difficulties with our broadband, and
yeah, that was a pretty exciting game, Todd.
It was an exciting game. I mean, we were at Central the season off, if you remember. Central dominated Redline in every phase. Tonight, this team, everything we expected. Again, West York 42, Susquehannock 35, and hope to get an interview with the coach and the player of the game. We'll
try to get right here.
Yeah, we will. We don't want to venture too far off. You know what? I find it hard to talk with a mask on, but we're going to get an opportunity to talk to the coach. Some technical difficulties, hopefully. But we'll hopefully talk to Coach Q, and we have two players of the game tonight. My broadcast partner. I mentioned to the viewers here, I said I find myself hard to speak with a mask on, so I'll try to social distance a little bit as best as I can. And
we do have Sherrod Anderson coming over. Also, Brady Holleran,
yes, the senior quarterback. A great effort by Brady tonight, and the freshman as well, who have a feeling is going to be around the West York Bulldogs here for a couple more seasons. It's been a great run, and rightly so. As you can hear, they're rather enthusiastic about their big win, their first win. And of course, last year, if you remember, West York only went 1-9, so a great way to start off the season. Going 1-0 tonight over the Susquehannock Ball Club.
Make sure you guys check out Cade Visuals online. He has the best edits, and he's getting a lot of that stuff right now.
And we're going to be joined here by our players of the game here tonight. Yep. Oh, yeah. Congratulations, guys. Good job. Congratulations to the freshman and the senior. How you doing? Fantastic game tonight. I mean, last year you were 1-9. You started this season off 1-0. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, so it was a great game tonight. Our line played a tremendous game. I mean, everything is for them, honestly. I got to applaud them. In our skill positions, we made great plays. I just love the blocking and everything we had, bro.
Yeah, I just want to give it up for the line. You know, all my brothers out there on the field, you know, they playing with us. And, you know, my coach told me big time players make big plays. So you got to go do what you got to do.
And you certainly showed that as a freshman. You're going to be around here for a couple more years. Talk to the viewers a little bit about what goes in. I mean, as a true freshman to come out here and play like you did tonight.
Because you play with like no nerves. You went out there and played your game. It doesn't matter how old you are or what position you're at. You was out there to play, man, and it showed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman, you know, you have a lot of doubters. You know, people think they just going to walk all over you. You can't let that happen. You can't let that happen. So you just got to go out there, you got to ball, you got to do what you got to do. You know, you got to get the dub for your teammates.
And you certainly did that. Congratulations. I mean, a touchdown, a run, and a reception, great. And then your involvement tonight, your presence out there. And where do you go from here?
Well, from here we only go up, sir. That's all I can say, honestly. We got Eastern next week. We hope to put it on them. It's going to be a blowout. Bye.
Okay, there you go. You heard it from quarterback Brady Holleran. He's ready for more games.
I had a question at halftime. 28-22. What was the coach saying to you at halftime? How'd you guys, you guys put on a great show for a lot of fans that was watching tonight. Put up over 70 points between both teams. So what did the coach say to you at halftime to keep you grounded and keep you ready for the second half?
So coach just told us to work harder and overcome. That was one of the biggest things he said, overcome. And I said once to the boys as soon as I came in, I said that we need to step our intensity up. We went from here to down here, and it changed just like that. As soon as we came out of halftime, we got a great kick return by Jamari Jenneret, and he took it to the house, and that kind of secured the game for us. And from there, we just had to work, you know what I mean? Get our defense on the field, get a great stop.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And like I said, you have a lot of leadership out there, and I can tell you when you talk, you got a lot of leadership.
Oh, yeah.
And, a lot of fans would say, hey, Brady or Sherrod can be player of the game, so you're going to give both you guys something. Like I said, we give away, sports shooting stars, the mask. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's for you.
Appreciate it.
And also, like I said, our player of the game shirt, we're only bring one tonight, but we're going to give it to the freshmen.
Yes,
there you go. Give it up. Yeah, let's give it up.
That's player of the game. Y'all got to take a picture of that as well. And on the back, it's a team effort.
It's
baby.
A team effort, a team win for this West York Ball Club.
Basil Insurance, that's our sponsor.
And West York off to a hot start, 42-35 tonight, and courtesy of these two guys. I mean, what a way to go get it started. Good luck, best of luck the rest of the season, guys. Good luck, man, next week with Eastern York. There you go. Good job, Coach. Congratulations.
James, my old neighbor, he coaches, like I said, this is your first year with West York, correct?
Yes.
Give him a little bit of your resume, because you've been working, man, over the last 20, 25 years, especially in York County and around. So give us a little bit about your background, man.
Well, like he said, I grew up, I was his neighbor, graduate from York High. I went in the military. I started actually coaching football in the military. And while I was stationed in Virginia, I coached semi-pro football. I coached middle school football at Northview Middle. I coached at IC Norcom High School. Then I came back to Pennsylvania I was the coach at York High when my son Trey was playing there.
Trey did some big things, man.
Yeah, he did. He won Player of the Year while he was there.
No doubt. You gotta give him props, man.
I coached arena football for the Reading Raptors. Then I went on to coach college football at Cheney University. I was the safeties coach at Cheney until they did away with all their sports programs in 2017. And then I coached semi-pro in the meantime, and then I came back to the high school sidelines this year as a DB and wide receiver coach here at West York.
Well, you're a semi-pro coach for what team right now?
Keystone State Predators. We was actually champions. We won the spring and the fall championship last year in 2019.
Yeah, you guys had like an unbelievable record, man. I mean,
last year we was 20-1 last year.
Man, that's crazy.
And now you're bringing your expertise right here to West York.
Yes,
what a
sir.
way to start it off 1-0.
From the guys, nigga, you got a freshman out there who's not scared to play cornerback and get 6'3" guys. You can tell that, you guys instilled that confidence in them.
Sherrod is special. We got a lot. That team is very young. It's majority
Victor as well.
Freshmen and sophomores. Vic. We got a handful. I think maybe like 7 or 8 seniors. So majority, almost this entire team comes back next year.
No doubt.
So
no doubt.
I mean, it's definitely a special group of kids.
Yeah, man, great job tonight. Let you get back to your team.
Good
to see you again, Coach Way.
Coach James Way.
Team as well.
Here, look for this,
Okay.
West York. It's been. Oh, we're gonna give it. We talked about this during our broadcast. This guy probably ran around as much as a football player.
You got so much footage now, man.
Let's introduce him. Dude, go ahead. Without further ado.
Introduce yourself, man.
What's up, guys? I'm Cade Burdett. I reached out to Dew like a few weeks ago because I'm home from school trying to get some work done with film. I work at IUP. I work at IUP, so just trying
a communications major, right?
Yes, sir.
And this guy, if you haven't checked out his video montage,
Cade Visuals.
Cade
Online,
Visuals.
Instagram, Facebook. I mean, and I'm not to cut you off, Todd,
No.
but I said to him last week, when he makes his visuals, it's not just highlights, it's the story behind it, man. And you can see he puts a lot of work, and he goes from one sideline to the other sideline. He gets right in the mix of things, man. So you get a chance, check him out on Instagram because you won't be disappointed.
Oh,
and West York's going to be delighted.
I told him earlier tonight, the Central Red Line video montage, I had people that were marginal sports fans come up to me and say, I'm ready to run through the wall after watching his video. I was pumped. I was so excited. And it was a great story you tell. And looking forward to seeing what you put together with it tonight's game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got so much footage to go off of, man. So,
yeah.
You might make some little extra money on the side of one of these games here, man.
Check you out through social media, Cade Burdett. I mean, Cade Visuals. It's a great story, and we've come to the end of another exciting night.
Yeah, like I said, Cade's on board now. We just want to say, thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. We're starting to grow. We're getting more people involved, which is a great thing. Shout out to our
Belinda Morales, who's
producer, Cliff.
And Cliff.
Of course, Belinda Morales.
The camera.
80 games she filmed for it. We're a small group, but we try to give you the best product we can give you, and we really appreciate the feedback and everything you guys give us.
And we thank you, the viewers, for tuning in tonight, this Friday night. Join us next Friday as we travel to York Suburban as they play host to the new Oxford Colonials. I have the feeling Dew's going to be there. Kate, I know you may be there as well. And, of course, Belinda Morales, you mentioned our producer, Cliff Kern, and it's been an outstanding effort. And, again, we thank the viewers for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars.
Yeah, our next game over at York Suburban, as York County meets Adams County versus New Oxford. And we're also going to run a couple commercials during that game as well. So we got a couple little things.
Couple more, great.
And like Todd said, we'll be here every Friday of October filming a game someplace. So follow us on Sports Shooting Stars on Instagram, on Facebook, a little bit on Twitter, I think.
Twitter, yeah, we're on social media. Reach out to us, and we're looking forward to it all month long here. Every Friday, we bring the game to you. We're going to do it next Friday again with York Suburban. Upcoming games at Northeastern, and then we're going to close out at Dallastown, presumably, with the backyard brawl with the Red Line at Dallastown. Looking forward to it. We're all going to be there, and we hope you tune in as well each and every Friday.
I'm sorry. We also want to thank West York for allowing us to be here tonight. Athletic Director Brett Duffy.
Brett,
all the
hey.
athletic directors that let us come in and film our games. We really appreciate that. And so everybody, thank you. Have a safe night. Wear your mask.
Yeah.
Safe, and
We'll see you soon. Take care. Okay, buddy.
Take
care.
Man.
Yep.